takes a worried man to sing a worried song, and we're going to be hearing a lot of singing from the Welsh News Network, unless they go dark. It would be smart for them to go dark at this point in time. The problem is Dan is a narcissistic megalomaniac, egomaniac, and he will have to babble. He will have to babble. My God, there's so much going on. It's insane. I would like to just let everyone know that all of today's information has been corroborated by our inside man, Jimbo Finch. Jimmy Catsuit Finch is having an attack of conscience based on the role he played in the demise of Limey, who Dan is still in denial about. To everyone out there, if you're interacting with the Welsh News Network, do not let them have personal information about you, and do not allow them to garner contact information on you that you don't think you can burn and get rid of. Dan is a blackmailer. He's an extortionist and a blackmailer. And this is the game he plays. So we're going to take a look at some stuff. I'm a little disorganized. A lot to think about with this shit. Dangerous Dan, Dil-Dan, the worried man. You don't have to worry about him. Forget about it. I'll worry about him. What the fuck? I'm going to be up anyway, right? That's the way the song goes. With us today is McAddicks Esquire KC, my disbarred Canadian legal advisor and graphic designer. McAddicks has filtered the vast majority of the information that we've corroborated through Jimbo Finch, and he's given us the thumbs up. He thinks it'll pass muster in the Canadian market. So we're not worried about anything happening in Canada, thanks to McAddicks Esquire KC. Flo B is with us, says hi to everybody. Got that green heart pumping. Yeah. W124 Mercedes is here. Says NTFG, what a day. Purple Butterflies here with a yippee. Let's be as funny as we've been the past few days, chat. I'm relying on you guys to fill some of the fucking dead air gaps for me with your hilarious comments. Dearmid Costello says, hi, it's me, Diomede Costello. For a Welsh guy, your Irish fucking blows, Dan. It blows. Dear Maid. DEER, like the antlered mammal, Dear Maid. Made in the shade, Dear Maid. Thanks to the tireless work of Dear Maid Costello, we know a lot more than we probably should know. Dear Maid, hats off to you, man. You are a fucking champ. W124 Mercedes giving a little wave at Flo B. Flo B saying hi there at W124 Mercedes. Got a huggy emoji and a green heart. W124 Mercedes says hello to Mr. Costello. Flo B says hi to Dear Maid. McAddicks Esquire KC says Earmaid will be signing autographs after the show. It's $25 for the autograph. The cut line is $50. Dearmid Costello says, hiya, Mercedes. Dearmid Costello's got 2 purple hearts for Flo B. 2 purple hearts that Mr. Kaiser does not have. I reached out to, I believe it's Tiffany from the Chris and Tiff, what are they, for public safety. We may do interview with her in the near future. regarding. I don't really know what they do in the auditing sphere, and if they're middle of the road crazy outside. I really don't know. My knowledge of Chris and Tiffany comes through the presentation of Michael Wilhelm Murderer Kaiser, and it's filtered through the lens of Stoned Vet. So my understanding of Chris and Tiffany, you got to kind of take it with a grain of salt. So, in light of what's going on with Kaiser and Chris and Tiffany, and the just the fucking foulness that comes out of this little tic tac dicked motherfucker's mouth, I figured it might not be a bad idea to get a hold of Tiffany, because she's on Discord. I don't see Chris on Discord, so I reached out to Tiffany. I don't know if the both of them will be there or just Tiffany. We haven't worked out the details yet. But we'll try to get a quick interview with Tiffany and just her perspective on how the vile and filthy attitude of Michael Kaiser and the impact it has on his cult following, the impact that's having on Tiffany's life. I don't look. The auditors do what the auditors do. If they're not breaking the law, I really don't care if they do what they do. I don't care if they don't do what they do. I don't care if they do what they do. If they're not breaking the law, they're not breaking the law. We have protections under the Constitution. We are one of the most free societies in the world, if not the freest. I mean, I was born in the late 60s. I grew up in the 70s. I was a teenager in the 80s. Something happened in the 80s. It's not, our culture's not the same. Our way of life is not the same. We're more dependent and less independently free-spirited as a culture than we used to be. Things change, time changed, the hoop rolls. It'll come back to where it was. It's not that big a deal. Calling women whores and the rest of the shit just because they're doing something that you don't approve of. Where the fuck are you, Kaiser? In Victorian England? What are you trying to work out a deal with the Nazis so you can get your people to goose step in line too? Shut the fuck up, you douche. Speaking of douches, we'll be covering Dil-Dan and his outing on the Limey situation. A tag team effort, actually a triple play, 3 against 5, Demon, Shiz, and Dog Tective, revealing some information that, Miss Mandy threw someone under the fucking bus again. Oh, holy shit. Oh, my God. Anyone out there interacting with, talking to Miss Mandy, using Miss Mandy's services as a producer, or her services as a pill acquirer, or her services as a, let me show you my tig old biddies. Anyone out there interacting with her who's telling them anything about their personal life ought to have their fucking head examined. So way back, about a year ago, I dropped a stone at the Welsh News Network. I told them that I was banned from my wife's home country. It was, only to the panel members. It was an after show thing, and it's a deception. Yes, it is. I am instructed by my Lord and Savior to be as cunning as the serpent and as gentle as a dove. So we speak words. That's all we do. And we play by the rules of our opponent. That's the fairest game we can play, right? Play by their rules. Most of them don't like when their own tactics are employed against them. Funny how that is. Jimbo Felcher on his really catsuit onesie site, whatever that fucking blog rag is, the site is named, doxed Chili DeCastro. Gave his full address, name, full address, everything on the rag. See, this is what you have to be careful about now. Odin in the real time chat asked Coded Friend, did you hear the Welsh News Network owe people money? Bro, I've known that since Blue Bear bolted out of there. I've known that since Blue Bear bolted out of there. Blue Bear got himself involved with illegal activities, a police officer sworn to uphold the law, got himself involved in an illegal raffle lottery at the Welsh News Network, bought and denounced that he bought laptops. Becca bought them. Blue Bear, by his own volition, volunteered the information that he had to reimburse Blecka for the purchase of the two laptops. Blecka's involved in the lottery and the acquisition of the lottery components. Guilty. Accessory too. Granted, it's not a major law he's breaking, right? But he's still breaking the law while he's pointing the finger at auditors and saying lawbreaker, lawbreaker. He's calling them idiots while he idiotically runs an illegal raffle while wagging his finger at other people. What a fucking douche. But, he's a Welshman, and they're not known for paying their fucking debts. Hence, Welshing on a bet. Flo B's in the house. Dermot Costello says, I need some legal advice later, Mr. McAddix. If you notice Mr. McAddix's icon, he has donned his monocle and put his best brown suit on. He is ready to generate paper. W124 says hi to McAddix. McAddix says, well, you're in luck, Dermot. I put my fanciest of suits on. Dermot says, nice brown one I saw. Dermot with a callback here. Imagine being that dude on YouTube that has only one suit, shitty blue, one worn at weddings that get fucked out after. Yeah, that would be Blue Bacon. Blue Bacon had one blue suit. He did many live broadcasts right after returning from court, and he always had the same fucking blue suit on. It's funny how the grifter boys are always the fucking poor boys. Po' boy Blue Bacon. Dermot Costello says, what do you think at Shuggy? While we're doing this, let's everyone in the chat say hi to Shuggy, hi to Blecka, hi to Dan, hi to Hank, probably not hi to Jim Finch, and who else? Hi to Dope on the Rope, Pope Phil. Oh my God. I can't wait till fucking Dope Phil gets blackmailed by Dan with his own fucking drunk, high on amphetamine, pre fucking sober state of life stories. Mechanics Esquire KC says, that Shuggy, can I have your P.O. box? I've got a patch I really want to share with you. Oh, man. I'm going to have some, I'm not going to buy them off eBay like, other people do, like, Shuggy's fucking unintelligence coy. Laura Rader says in the real-time chat, I need you to move this along because I only have an hour for lunch. That's what the replay's for, Sunshine. That's what the replay's for. We're going to broadcast again later today at the NTFG. If the snooze is on, we will snipe from the NTFG site. If you're not familiar with or subscribed to the NTFG site, let me pop the link for that up really quick. Copying the link address. The link address is now posted in the side chat. That's NTFG SFW. Will be there tonight, 6:45, 7 o'clock to stream snipe the snooze, unless they go dark. It would be smart for them to go dark, but like I said, Dan is a narcissistic megalomaniac, and he won't be able to keep quiet. He won't be able to. Oh, there you go. So the NTFGSFW page on YouTube is pinned at the top of the chat. Dearman says Shuggy can put it with the 11 challenge coins he got on eBay. Was Two Gay here? Yeah. Hello to Two Gay. Dearman says, please, at Two Gay, stick around. I'll give you plenty of screenshot opportunities here. And if you press the power and volume down, you get a clearer screenshot. I found it fucking hilarious that the Welsh News Network people are constantly busting on Chili's early days when he used his cell phone to video stream his laptop screen before his StreamYard days. Yet a good portion of Dan's information comes to him not as legit screenshots, but as cell phone pictures of laptops. Touche. Pretty gay. Mechanics Esquire KC says, too gay. Can Dan mention me? I've been very supportive of it. I've been a very big supporter of his. David Costello says, he's worse than me, too gay. Dermot says, I'm only a researcher. He has PIs working for him. John Clark's here, says NTFG. Jam and Jet is here. Good afternoon to everyone. Shiz is here. Shiz says, none of this is fucking good. These people are tapped. I think they're going down, man. I think they can't bail faster than the fucking water's coming in through the fucking hole Dan made when he shot himself in the foot and through the hull of the boat. Dearman has a hello for jamming. Dearman says sup to John. McAddick says hi to Shiz and Jammin' Jet and everyone else. All right, let me start scrolling here. Shiz says hello to the lovelies. W124 Mercedes. Jeff Appleby's with us. He says, I fuck hard. Well, it's kind of difficult to fuck soft. Scrolling. Wow, you guys are pretty fucking chatty today. Mom is here, says, seriously? You'll have to restate your question, and then I'll ask you to restate it again 45 minutes from now. Hello, Lisa. We miss you. Jeff Appleby, 3 black hands waving. Dermot Costello says, Jimmy just cracked. No corn involved. I just pictured Jim sitting in a room by himself right now in his catsuit onesie, putting on his clown makeup with his yarn hair on, singing, all by myself. I want to be all by myself. Mom says, if true, I'm very, very sad for Becca. Why would you be sad for Becca? She's in on it. Where do you think the new filter, the makeup, the brand new fucking wig? It's a wig, god damn it. All that shit was bought with the fucking money they stole and never donated to charities from 6 months of charity raffles. Dan can make fun of Chili all he wants. Dan's fucking demonetized. Chili's got 300,000 subscribers. I don't care if he bought all of them. I don't care. Dan bought all of his fucking subscribers. You can make fun of Chili all you want, but you're always fucking chasing his ass. You're always chasing him, trying to get a sniff on his ass. Meanwhile, you're 11,000 bought subscribers and Chili's 300,000 bought subscribers. Why you so slow, rich man? Why you so slow? Why you behind the curve all the fucking time? Who the fuck is Alice is with us? Puffy Mummy is here. Sweet. Hello, Puffy Mummy. Hand pink waving. Jeff Appleby claims to be a black man below the belt and above the thigh. Very subtle, my man. Very subtle. Scott Amos here says, good afternoon, friends, coded and otherwise. Hand pink waving. McAddix Esquire KC says, Dan doesn't like antler animals. They hurt too much. Who the fuck is Alice says, I think it's kind of funny that Dan was putting money up to fight Irish Demon. Now I think he'd do it for free. He'd do the same thing without the money that he did with the money. Run and hide. Mom says Blecka was manipulated by Dan if Dan is really a liar. And she's covering for him. What the fuck do you mean manipulated? He gaslights the fuck out of her. He's got her convinced that she's stupid and she can't remember shit. And that's how he gets away with fucking lying to her. But she just sits there and yeahs it. I mean, I've watched Becca spiral the fucking drain for a year now. Holy fuck, man. Don't make excuses for these fucking con men. If you make excuses for Blecka, Dan's going to go down. Blecka's going to jump. Blecka's going to throw Dan under the bus. And you're going to have another fucking Miss Mandy running around that's just taking advantage of fucking people. That's what's going to happen with her. She got to go just like Danny got to go. Black is a disgusting pig of a human being. You know, you got Blackhead denying Christ. You got Dan saying God's a cunt. And you're watching the fucking world fall apart around them. I don't think you chose the right direction there, Danny. Just because you're 100% sold in on your fucking proud perversions. You pervert the fucking truth, Dan. And you just create controversy and arguments between people. Dan, look at the people that fucking surround you. Jim Finch, Miss Mandy, Shuggy. They're all fucking deceivers. They're all fucking deceivers. And you fucking snakes, you fucking snakes eat each other to feed your own fucking belly. Dan's calling out Limey. He's got his group of Dan's group of Discord people fucking contacting the welfare services over there and fucking causing shit for Limey. That's Dan's doing. Dan's doing. You got Jimbo Felch blatantly fucking doxing Chili's address on his rag paper. These are the people that bitch about all this shit. This is the Blecka who's behind all this with Dan doing the same fucking shit, green lighting the same shit. Dan said last night that there were 47 calls in 1 hour to the police about him. Oh, fucking yeah. 47 of you people are fucking getting gold stars for the fucking day. Dan ought to be fucking reported the shit that he's fucking doing. You, Dan, I've told you several times, you're going to reap what you sow. If you do that shit's coming back to you. I'm engaging you with your own tactics. I'm going to play a big part in you reaping it, Dan. You're a shitbag fucking liar. You're a deceiver. You're here to make fucking money by causing controversy between people. You've even denied that you're not a news network. Your tagline under your thing says the biggest and the best news on the internet. But you, when you talk about what WNN is, you say it's just a bunch of people getting together to bust balls and I don't know, drink each other's piss. Is that how you say it? And then Shuggy's got one world where conversational speech doesn't necessarily have to be factual. It's just conversational speech, which is the majority of the speaking at the Welsh News Network. Shuggy says there's no there's no obligation to adhere to the truth because it's just conversational talk. What are you having, fucking pillow talk with Dan? Is that what these sessions are for you, Shuggy? This pillow talk with Dan while you rub his inner thigh? Wow, you fucking fucked up people. Really fucked up people. McAdams, perfect. Then Becca should get away from Dan. She's as guilty as everyone else. She's as guilty as everyone else. Dermot Costello, hashtag free the whale sheep. Bad Danny. Bad Danny. Who the fuck is Alice? Was anyone really surprised Dan was involved? No, no one was. How many people can fit under that short bus? Asks Dermot Costello. Don't worry, they got it running at 5 miles an hour. When the bus fills up, they open the door and fucking throw someone under while it's moving. It's more efficient that way. Dan's an efficient fucking slaughterhouse. Dan's always talking about slitting people's throats and beating people with 2x4s. Scared little prick sitting in a fucking halfway house. Douchebag. McAdams Esquire KC says, Uncle Artie, if you're here, please stay for the entire show, or I can send you the minutes after so you have all of the facts and not just the bits. Yeah. Yeah, Dan got himself all this shit going on. Uncle Artie was associated with all those fuckers. He had to go fucking dark. Odin says, that coded friend, did you hear that Welsh News Network owe people money? We covered that, but yeah, man, Dan owes a lot of people money. Why do you think Blue Bear? Big part of the reason Blue Bear took off, he was taking risk with his career, and there was no benefit, no monetary benefit. Misty Eyed Girl is with us. Puffy Mummy says, I haven't cared for Piss Mandy from the start. She is an evil fucking woman. Jim and Jack claims to have taken the short bus to school and worn a hockey helmet. Well, you're one funny motherfucker. David Costello says, Uncle Artie, if you are here, please speak now so I can mute the fuck out of you. Raid Lounge with John May is here. Hello, John May. I've seen you hanging around over at the WNN. Don't give those douchebags any of your personal information, John. Don't make that mistake. Dan, the millionaire mansion owner with a Learjet and a yacht, can't afford to get his molars replaced in that black stank hole back of a mouth he has. How rich can you be, Dan? Who the fuck is Alice? Says I laughed a bit when Mandy tried to drop coded in it. She did, didn't she? We'll get to that. Don't worry about it. Walter Texas is here. Nice. Odin says hey to Jam and Jet. Alan Killian shows up. Yeehaw. All right. I think I've called. McAdams says Dan's 6'8". I'm terrified of him. I requested to be blocked. Dan's shaped like a melting fudge sickle. He's got bitch tits and a fucking bulbous belly. Laura Rader's here telling me to hurry it up. She's only got an hour for lunch. That was at 2:33. It's now 2:49, 13 minutes ago. Johnny May says, hello there at Floby at Dermot Costello. Just finished Watching Shiz's stream with Demon. Interesting to see the receipts. Well, that Shiz is good about the whole fucking receipt thing. That's for sure. Laura Rader says left some nasty comments on the stream. LOL. Laura Rader, hello all. I went on a commenting binge last night on Dan. The other part of the message left some nasty comments on his stream. They're in duck and cover mode at the Welsh News Network. They are expecting a nuclear warhead to come flying in. Laura Rader says, I can't believe Gia is sticking by Dan. I tried to give her a hint by asking if Limey's social services info was in the WNN Discord last time I was there. Gia knows what's going on too. Gia's no more innocent than any other fucking person there. Gia with her fucking rectum money. Oh. Fat old lady. Peanut butter and a puppy. Getting it on with Hank and his dogs. Kimmy Wrangler stole my Marlboro points is here. Sup, y'all? Kimmy Wrangler stole my Marlboro points. Says Kimmy Wrangler stole my EBT card. Well, dude, don't put your wallet on the fucking dresser anymore. True Blood is here. Hello, True Blood. Truth Seeker is here. Irish Seaman versus Dil-Dan. I'll pay to watch that. I'm not a fan of either one of them. I think Demon did the right fucking thing. I think Demon did the right thing. Yeah, I gained a little respect back for him. Walter Texas says Irish would make Dil-Dan into mashed potatoes. Laura Rader says, Mom, I believe in contempt for the con man, compassion for the conned myself. But if Becca sticks by Dan after this, she's lost already. She can't afford to leave, Laura. Laura says everyone who Dan screws over just disappears, like Blue Bear and Jimbo. Whatever blackmail Dan has must be very powerful, or they're just humiliated that they fell for Dan's lies in the first place. It's both. It's both, and the idea that they could possibly have to take responsibility for their actions that makes them run. Jeremy Costello says 47 calls to the police is another fucking lie. Sure, it is. It was one call. It wasn't to the police. It was one call from Irish Demon to Dan, and Dan had to shut it down. Irish Demon even said when he was talking to Shiz that in the broadcast the night before, when Dan dropped out and his icon went up, it was because Demon called him. Demon's been telling him to shut his fucking mouth and get his shit right. Stone Vet's with us. What up, Josh? Stone Vet says, what up, folks? Behind about 30 minutes, but catching up. We should be close together right about now. Vestige of Bees is here. Love my Vestige of Bees. Jesse VR is with us. True Seeker 37 says Dan's mom knocked out a horse with one punch. Yeah, the waterhead auntie who punched out a cow, I guess didn't have as big an impact. And then we over here started mentioning Blazing Saddles and, the Mongo character punching out the horse. And Dan the next day is talking about how his mother punched out a stallion 18 hands tall. You're full of shit, Dan. You're full of fucking shit. Walter Texas says Mandy is evil, isn't she, though? Alan Killian says, sadly, Blecka is a very lonely person whose own son didn't invited her to son's wedding. Fucking pathetic. What? Really? She didn't get invited to her own son's wedding? I never heard that before. We should look into that. Oh, that was Mandy that didn't get invited to her son's wedding, not Blecka. I think he got, I think he got some names switched up there, my man. No worries. You're still in the 95% accurate range. Dermot claims that Laura's here for him. Walter Texas said Irish sounded like he was pretty well connected with people who can get to the bottom of shit. That's what he claims. Hot priestess, yeah. At Stoned Vet, you should try some Betty's Eddies 50 milligram edible. Is that an in broadcast promotion? Damn it. Dermot Costello says not playing with crappers. All right, scroll in, scroll in. I don't see any. Oop. Walter Texas says, Coded, do you think Wrangler caught a break from the heat? No, because I don't think Josh is going to stop covering Wrangler the way he's been covering Wrangler. And Josh is the burner that pot's fucking boiling on. So the heat's not off till Stone Vet lets go of him. I don't think Stone Vet's going to let go of him till he's behind bars. I bet you Stone Vet would like to do something else besides cover him, but find, fix, finish. He's in the finish portion of the program. Jeff Appleby says Dan has all her docs and everything else. As much as I don't like Demon, he was surely setting me up last night. Interesting. Jesse VR says, I want to know where Prince Dan really lives. ID seems to indicate it's hilarious. Yeah. 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 Dan's nothing what he claimed to be. Nothing. All right, all caught up. Shit, nice. Stone Vet says, What's up at Jeff Appleby? I'm still catching up, but lurking. Lurk away, Josh. Let's get what do we want to start with? Shiz and ID, or let's go Shiz and Irish Demon first. Uh-oh. Rut-row. Did I don't think I. All right, I got to do something real quick. I'll just bring it up screen share. Do all by himself. Little Jimmy's. Anyone from the Welsh News Network that's around, if you desire to interact in the chat room, feel free. We will kick gloves today. Kick gloves. No timing out or blocking unless it's a toss violation. Okay. Kick that down a little bit, and then I'm looking for shiz. Shiz happening. This is entitled Discussing Malignant Online Behavior with Irish Demon and Wolfless Official. This aired 18 hours ago on the 21st. Is today? Today's the 22nd, right? Boom. Yeah, on the 21st of January, 2024. All right, let me get my share going. Share the screen. Share the screen. Sorry about the little bit of. I told you I'm not very well organized today, and probably a little more high than I would like to be, but that'll wear off in time. All right, so we should have the share going. We got the share going. I don't think we need to really see the side chat. Let me see if I'm queued up.
None of this should be affecting people in real life to the point where they contemplate dying. It should not be getting to that point. No one should be pushing people the way she's been pushing people. Limey is not the first man connected to her that hit that suicidal line. He just walked over it and the other ones didn't. But this is a repeated behavior. This is not drama. This is disgusting. And we as a society as a whole should not be allowing this behavior to continue. No. It's not right.
On the real-time chat, Stoned Vet asked, why is Dan demonetized? We don't officially know. It is WNN claims, Dan claims he's demonetized because he showed someone over there got gifted a membership and they ripped a Chili members only video, and then Dan showed portions of that behind the paywall membership only video, and he got that's what Dan claims he was demonetized for. I think it's a lot of shit. I think it's a combination of shit, and I think it has to do with the lottery he's running too, because he just keeps getting the runaround from YouTube. They just keep telling him, oh, we'll have an answer for you in 5 weeks. We'll have an answer for you in 4 weeks. And then when it comes up answer time, they just start scheduling more meetings, and then they push it off another fucking few months and tell him he'll have his answer then. So, that's the game. YouTube's not going to give him a reason, because once you give a reason, like if someone says, can you use me as a reference, right? And then someone calls, say the person left work on good terms, but after they left, he found out, provable evidence, closed circuit TV, that the individual stole, a week before he left. But you didn't know it, and the person said, can I use you as a reference? And you're like, yeah. And then somebody calls and says, hey, we're calling about so-and-so. He put you down as a reference. You don't say, fuck that motherfucker. He stole shit from me right before he left. You don't say any of that shit, because those details can get you sued. What you say is, I wouldn't hire him back. If I had 10 slots to fill, I wouldn't hire him back. That's all you say. You don't give a detailed reason, because then you can get sued for your reason. So YouTube's probably never going to fucking tell Dan why. They're just going to keep bumping him down the fucking line, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Does Dan ever get remonetized on YouTube? I highly fucking doubt it, but all things are possible.
I agree.
Whoever was responsible for hurting Adam, I'm not suggesting that what has happened with him is a result of anything that's happened on YouTube or anything. We all know he had a lot of his own demons and stuff like that. So I'm definitely not pointing any fingers at anybody. I in fact, on the contrary, I'm trying to stop people pointing fingers. Because it's not helpful. So anything you tell me, it stays between us. Like, I don't need, this is just for me. So I understand what the situation is.
Thank you. Well, and he said, we lost monetization on the channel. Can I pay you double next month? And I said, yes, that's fine. And so I worked, and then next month come around and he stopped responding to me.
This is the multi-millionaire with a fucking private jet, by the way.
On Discord.
Right.
But he would come into my live chats. But
it would be a shame if we know who you are now, Dan, because of Mandy.
Say, hey, motherfucker.
Real shame.
Actually, could you pause that for a second? Because you got a good point.
But
yeah, I can pause that, Demon. Thank you. Mandy gave up Dan's address. Oh, and that reminds me, I forgot to put it in the thumbnail. I will add it after the broadcast. Hang on one second. Today's broadcast sponsor, the sponsor of today's live stream is the number 8596. We thank 8596 very much. That's 8596, the sponsor of today's program. Now, Shiz apparently seems to know who Danny is, or at least Irish Demon does. I don't know if Shiz knows. Let's just say that Irish Demon knows because he's got the numbers, and Shiz potentially could know what Irish Demon knows. They seem to be playing the same game on the same team here, so things look good between Demon and Shiz. Walter Texas in the chat says 8596. Thanks for the sponsorship. Thank you for acknowledging 8596, Walter Texas. You get a cookie. You literally get a cookie today, Walter. Thank you, sir. So Shiz potential. Look at that smile on Shiz's face. Oh, you beauty, you. Shiz potentially could have the information that Demon has. Which means, wow, holy fucking Dan, you should be Wally shaking in your fucking boots. Be careful. We would hate to see you get impregnated by Wally. Wally's a fucking man, Dan. Wally's a fucking man. Imagine what a man like Wally could do if he had your phone number, Dan. Imagine that. And didn't you just use little Jimmy Felcher? Less than a week ago, or a little more than a week ago, to put out Chili DeCastro's address, and then to have your Discord people, Danny boy, contacting. Was it Touche the Gay that contacted Chili's landlord and narked him out and fucking, you're the guys that cry about doxing all the fucking time. Oh, Danny. It might be time to fly to Wales. I love that smile you got, Chiz. And big red cheeks of yours. Fucking beautiful. Beautiful. Gloating that shit.
I would say.
Because I'm sure they're watching right now, or at least they have their people watching right now. I'm fully aware of what information you have about me. Okay? I'm not worried. Shiz knows who I am. A load of people.
So Demon's clearly stating here that he's aware of the information that Dan has about him. Has Dan been blackmailing or extorting Demon or forcing Demon to alter his behavior, or he would get exposed too? Is Demon hinting at the fact that Dan's a fucking blackmailer?
People watching know who I am in real life. I'm not worried. Come at me, but tread very fucking carefully is all I'll say. Very, very carefully. Because remember when you had
break the fucking ice, Dan. Break the fucking ice. Stomp around like a big fucking galoot, 6'4", lurch-looking Welsh waterhead. Break the fucking ice, Dad. Because you're gonna break the fucking ice and drown before you even get the fucking Irish Demon. Dumb fuck.
to go off screen the other night.
Who was
A few
calling
times.
you?
Who was calling you? It wouldn't be a deliciously fucking sexy Irishman by any chance, would it?
47 calls, all from the same number. 47 calls, one Irish Demon. Dan shaking in his fucking boots. Dan is shaking in his fucking boots. Dan said the police were called 47 times and he had to go. He had to end the broadcast at 3 hours. Mind you, these fucking babbling morons have been doing 8 hours streams since the addition of Dope Phil. Oh my God. Dan may have peed on someone's leg, and Dope Phil is not allowed to go on his own son's college campus. And we haven't been able to verify yet whether it was because he touched himself inappropriately or touched someone else inappropriately. Ew.
Maybe, just maybe. I'm going to throw 3 numbers at you. And let's just say those numbers have come in very usefully.
The internet's fun. I'm never leaving.
It is so fun. Let me grab 3 numbers for you.
Sending messages, and I went into PayPal and set up
I'll come back to you.
a invoice, and he never responded to it. And finally, I jumped into his voice chat in his Discord and said, "Hey, can I speak to you privately?" And he jumped into another room and spoke to me. I apologized head over heels. So sorry. I'll pay you at the end of the month, and I'll pay you double, so I can be paying you in advance. The end of the month comes.
Yeah.
He stops responding to me.
Yeah. Sorry, I just was getting a little bit emotional there as I was reading Adam's comments, like basically begging him to pay, and even like offering to take less money.
Yeah.
Like that's heartbreaking. Like he knows the condition that Adam's been in for a while. Like
this is the part that bothered me, because in the messages, Limey was asking for the money Dan owed him, and then when Dan couldn't do that, he
Mom says this is all over my head. I don't have all this secret information on what is really going on, so I'm out. I'll watch from the back. Dumpster fire. It is a dumpster fire. It's Dan's shit burning. It's Dan's shit burning. That's what it is. It's Dan's dumpster fire. Stay in the chat, Mom. If you have questions you want answered, ask them. If we can answer them, we'll answer them. What we want to do is we want to start sifting through this and presenting a clear picture of what's going on and extricate the noise and the nonsense, which mostly comes from the WNN side, to be honest with you.
he was willing to take less than the money he owed him. He just wanted some.
I was genuinely getting choked up there. Like I was really that really bothered me. Like that
was really
upset
sad.
me. Yeah.
All right, let's finish watching the snakes eat each other.
All you have to do is watch one of his streams to know that he hasn't been in a good place.
Oh, is that our own Diarmid Costello in Shiz's chat? Let me get rid of this. When I hit the play, you'll see Diarmid Costello's comment. It says, "You're fucked, Dan."
That's really fucked.
Yeah.
Up. That's really
And
fucked up.
so I encourage you to reach out to Jim Finch, because I think he did the same thing to Jim Finch.
I had heard that Jim had left his employ, but I myself and Jim like had a bit of a tangle, not a tangle, but like a bit of a disagreement recently where.
So Jimmy Finch never got any of the raffle money. Is that what soured Jimbo Finch? Is that what put Jimbo Finch in the mood that he just wants to be all by himself? Just him and his 13 cats, a urine-soaked rag, and a little kitty huffing.
He had said some things about me on the website that just were untrue, and I was like, "Hey,
Oh, I'm sorry."
And that's the thing. And I didn't call him out on it. I just was like, "Hey, look, man, some of this stuff it's coming across as a bit attacky, and I'm happy to give you all the information and receipts you need to have it accurate. I've got no problem with that, and we're cool. Like me and Jim were cool with that." But yeah, I heard he hadn't paid Jim. He hadn't paid. I didn't know that he hadn't paid you. I know that he hadn't paid Adam. Like, was there anybody else that he's just like not paid, or?
I think Blue Bear too.
Oh yeah, no, I had heard that too, because he'd gotten some laptops or something from Blue Bear or something.
No, worse than that. He moved Blue Bear over to Wales, and Blue Bear left his job and sold his home and moved to Wales.
This
That's
feeble
all
bitch.
bullshit.
And then he just stopped paying him.
That never happened.
That
was a story that they were telling, but that never happened. All right, I got to make a little jump back here to the 28-minute mark. We're at 4. Did I start at 28? Let me just double check here. We're at 42. I think I did start around this point.
I kind of remember, like, I was going through a lot of stuff myself at the time, and I was kind of avoiding YouTube almost completely.
All right, this is
So I hadn't really
definitely
heard a whole lot about bitch.
Miss Mandy reacts as
So how-
detective. You're
how
not a
did you
mother.
read into
Shut
that
up.
message from her?
Well, here's a big problem too. Is apparently it's been sussed out that Miss Mandy, who has claimed in the past that her son has Asperger's and he was bullied at school and all this other shit, apparently reached out to inform people on YouTube that he does not have Asperger's. He's never been diagnosed with Asperger's. And he was recently married, and his mommy, Miss Mandy, was not welcomed at the wedding or invited.
Because I was kind of like, is it good? Like, obviously it's not good, but like, it doesn't mean that like there's.
I took it like maybe there's some improvement because from what she was saying earlier that like they were discussing their options of removing him from life support. So
Oh,
I
did she
took
say
this
that
as
to
a
you?
very positive. We did the other day, yeah.
Shit. Oh, that was the other
So
day,
I
was
took,
that?
yeah. So I took this as a positive message,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, same. Like, I mean, it's better than just like we don't know and there's no hope. It's kind of like it's on the borderline,
Right on.
Yeah, I'm just kind of hoping that it all goes to plan. Oh yeah, so actually I just, because like the last thing I want to do is have, because obviously there was a few people out there that had problems with Adam and everything. I don't.
So Miss Kimmy Wrangler says, Miss Mandy, Wrangler is here for both of us. I've cranked him off behind a Wendy's dumpster before. That's why he always brings it up.
Don't get involved in the drama anymore. I had too, as you know yourself, I had way too much of that.
I
myself.
can't with the sock accounts.
So I just wanted to avoid that for me, for you, for him. I'm just like, but at the same time, as much as I don't want to get in the
Dan
drama,
made a video going after him completely. Dan made a video going after him completely. You know about that,
It
right?
wasn't me. It was Dan.
do you know what?
Didn't take long, did it?
I'm sorry.
So Miss Mandy's throwing Limey under the bus here. Geez, I wonder where Dan got the info from, Miss Mandy.
Around the time that happened, was just before Christmas, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. I kind of remember, like, I was going through a lot of stuff myself at the time, and I was kind of avoiding YouTube almost completely. So I hadn't really heard a whole lot about it until I talked to Adam. Was it last week? I think the last time was on the 6th that I talked to him about it, and he had said that Dan had gone after him like really hard, but I hadn't actually seen the video.
Yeah.
Somebody did send me a clip of it yesterday, like talking about, that's where the whole thing about his disability payments and all that came up. And apparently got his disability payments cut off essentially.
Well, do you think it was Dan?
I don't see, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, see, Dan was talking about the disability stuff, but he didn't. I don't know.
We're about to get thrown under the bus by Miss Mandy.
I don't know if you've heard anything. I haven't heard anything specifically.
I know he told me that someone reported it and that they looked into it, but all he had to do was show that he was, paying taxes and stuff on it, paying everything that he was supposed to pay on it, is reporting it as he was supposed to, and that nothing else come from it, but that it was from America, and he thought it was coded.
Who thought it was coded?
He did. Adam did.
Like, sir, we're
See,
cutting
when-
off your
'cause
benefits
when
because
I
we got a
talked
call
to
from
him,
America.
Fucking Shiz goes 1930s newsy style. We got a call from America. Yeah, Miss Mandy, this is what they do. They're snaky little fucks. Just like the welfare checks on Dan, it was a call from America. Sounds like the work of Catsuit Boy. Jimmy Finch lives in America. Doesn't Jim Finch live in America? And hasn't Jim Finch always maintained that he knew who Dan was and he had Dan's contact information? Why are you blaming me? Huh? I would like to remind everyone that today's program is sponsored by 8596.
told
And
me
just
that
real quick,
he thought it was Dan.
The
he
continent or
told
the
me
country?
directly. He told me directly who he fucking knew it was. He never said anything about the US, and even if he did, like, if you called up and they said your benefits are cut off. I've never been on benefits, so I don't know, but like, I'd imagine they'd say, "Oh yeah, we got a report," but they can't
Biff, that would be the Dil-Dan monster.
just tell you who it was from, or what.
So now Demon just cleared me. Demon saying Dan knows exactly who it is. And he told Demon, and he never said anything about a call from America. They're full of shit over there.
fucking
Ginger, that's
country.
not accurate. What they'll do is they'll suspend benefits while they investigate. So
absolutely.
people can call and make people lose their benefits temporarily.
And the other thing, SSIs in the United States, it works differently in the United Kingdom. I don't live in the United Kingdom, as myself and Shiz had a conversation about before the show. But it's the same here in Ireland. You will get shut down for a little while. I've seen it happen to people before, like you get shut down for a while and then it's all good. But it still has a massive impact on somebody's life if they don't have money, if they're struggling already.
Indeed.
As we've seen. So sorry.
Whoever made that phone call, like, there's blood on your hands. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Finch.
Or whoever instructed the person to make that phone call.
Because the timing of
That's
it,
news.
do you know what I
to
mean?
me.
The timing of it was like,
Unless there was another report. There may be another report that I don't know about.
see, I don't know how he'd know that the report came from America though, because that would be confidential. Surely
I
that'd be
don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Unless he was just guessing, I wouldn't care to kind of, try to attribute it to anything. But like he had told me that he thought it was Dan, and I was like, man, I just don't think so. I was like, I know he went after you, but then the more I thought about it, like the timing of it, it was literally Dan did a live stream talking about Adam's benefits and all that. And then literally within days, his benefits had been cut off and he'd messaged me looking for help and I helped him out. And
Big Daddy, real quick. Try to show up on time, man. Then we don't have to do this all the time. Ha ha. I'll do it for you. No big deal. This is disgusting, malignant online behavior with Irish Demon and Wolfies _official. It is Shiz Happens, streamed 20 hours ago. So it's Shiz's most recent live stream for those who may come to this broadcast days later. It aired on 1/21/2024. It's got 1,800 views versus Dil-Dan's broadcast at the exact same time, which, 3/4 of the views are bought and it hasn't broke 1,000 yet. So this is a phone call between Irish Demon and Miss Mandy regarding all the stuff going on with Limey and the Welsh News Network connection.
like,
But he was messaging everybody looking for help. I've sent him hundreds. I can show you my PayPal. I've sent.
That's
him
how you're talking
hundreds
about the
and
man
hundreds
you
of dollars.
love
yeah.
that's laying in a hospital bed.
And he was posting in his Discord at everyone, I need help for this, I need help for that, I need help
His
for
part
another.
was so
He did a
fucking
live
hard for me
stream
to listen
asking
to
for a
and not dress her
mattress,
down.
that he needed help for that and the other. And it was, it got really bad. Dan sent me screenshots of him messaging Dan looking for money.
Really?
Can I just say, looking for the money
And
that
what,
he
like-
fucking owed him, by the
It
way.
was just, I think,
So Dan sent Miss Mandy screenshots of Limey trying to collect his past due money.
Not
it
looking
was
for a handout.
drugs. It
Yeah, so I mean, there are screenshots where clearly Limey wasn't just looking for money from Dan. He was looking for the money that Dan owed him, and she's going to
Exactly.
go over Dan owing him and a lot of other people money. So again, you're snakes eating each other, and I'm here for the
Yep.
show.
Can I just say real quick that I absolutely fucking earned this Oscar? Just gonna
It-
put that out there. I
Dog
thought this
Detective did too
specifically
when she did
was
hers with her. Oh,
But I
amazing.
got vilified for it
mhm.
Oh, of course. That's always the
because
way.
people came to her fucking rescue, and she even went and talked shit to people that used to be my subscribers in DMs. It's ridiculous.
Mac Alex is
Pathetic.
pathetic.
If they'll leave,
All right,
they
let's
can
get into
go.
what a scumbag Welsh is and watch Mandy throw him under the bus like she didn't instruct him to do certain things to Limey because she's a
Mhm.
bitter bitch.
Dan at Welsh News Network's a scumbag? Don't sugarcoat it, Chiz.
really was. It was a meeting that next fix kind of thing.
When was he asking Dan for money?
I've got the screenshots.
Oh yeah, cool. Actually, just while we're on it,
Mhm.
real quick, because I need to know how to cover the bases here, because like being straight up and honest about it, the way I see it right now is Adam's only like he's got lots of friends on YouTube, but as far as YouTubers go and people who have been talking to his family, there's literally just you and me. Like I never spoke to him about you guys' relationship. He never like I was aware that there was something, but I didn't know a whole lot because I was kind of out of the frame very much so with YouTube. I was kind of going through my own stuff and I just didn't really think too much about it all. Like what was the story? So were you guys like, was it like a relationship or not to pry either, just
online relationship. We never met in person.
All right, because there's Mandy talking in the side chat. Mandy has talked about being separated from her husband, that her husband, she grifted a few times saying that her husband stole her pain medications and she didn't have money to buy new ones and ran a grift on that. She said they were divorced, they don't live together, separated, all the fucking shit, abused by him. That's just the lies she tells other men that gets her white knighted for and sympathy for and monetary contributions. Stone Vet says, I'm confused whose disability got taken away. It's reported that Dan fucked with Limey's disability benefits, and those benefits were either taken away or suspended for investigation, and that's what led Limey to the desperate act that he took. Dan's behind all this bullshit. Laura Rader says, okay, I gotta go, but I also saw Mandy act like she was terrified that her hubby just got home and jump off the panel more than once. Yeah, it's all that that's the degree of deception you're playing with here. I have pictures somewhere of like Miss Mandy and her husband 5 years ago, and then Miss Mandy and her husband today. It's kind of amazing the physical change in the two of them. The meth will meth you up, man.
okay, I'm just looking at the screenshots there now. What's that?
I was actually looking at
is that?
your messages.
I was like,
Stone Vet asks if Limey is a Brit or an American. Limey is a Brit. He's an Englishman. He lived in the States for a while, broke his back. I don't know if he broke it here or in England. He's disabled. His mother is his primary caregiver. She gets money from the government for looking after Limey. And it just, this whole thing, that this bullshit from Dan caused, a domino effect fall. Limey is an Englishman, not Ireland. Limey's English. And his benefits were through the UK government.
Ask her this, ask her that.
Yeah.
You're very welcome, Josh.
Considering nothing but shorts for your channel, I just need to know if there is a cap or amount of money you don't want me to go past. Really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to work for you. Oh, so he was actually working for Dan.
Yeah, he was, but Dan stopped paying him, which is a problem. I was working for Dan. I was his social media manager, and he didn't pay me 1 month. And he said, we lost monetization on the channel. He said, can I pay you double next month? And I'm telling you something that nobody else knows, okay?
Okay. It'll never go any further than here because like a lot of people just want this for drama purposes. I have no interest in that. I just want to see like whoever.
And okay, she's already tried to say that this is bullying and this is drama. I'm doing
That's all
this
you
because
are.
at the end of the day, none of this should be affecting people in real life to the point where they contemplate dying.
Exactly.
It should not be getting to that point. No one should be pushing people the way she's been pushing people. Limey is not the first man connected to her that hit that suicidal line. He just walked over it and the other ones didn't. But this is a repeated behavior. This is not drama. This is disgusting. And we as a society as a whole should not be allowing this behavior to continue.
No.
It's not right.
Yeah, absolutely. This is some shitty fucking behavior. This is the upcoming Welsh News Network broadcast, which will air today at their 6:30 time. Miss Mandy right here is still listed and hot linked as the social media manager for Welsh News Network. That's fucking amazing. Still employed. Social media manager. Oh, Danny Dan.
Whoever was responsible for hurting Adam, I'm not suggesting that what has happened with him is a result of anything that's happened on YouTube or anything. We all know he had a lot of his own demons and stuff like that. So I'm definitely not pointing any fingers at anybody. I in fact, on the contrary, I'm trying to stop people pointing fingers. Because it's not helpful. So anything you tell me, it stays between us. Like I don't need. This is just for me, so I understand what the situation is. And
Thank you.
So,
and he said,
Shiz's broadcast started at 6:30. This is 30. So this is at 7:00. Let's jump over to the Snooze Network. We'll take a little trip back in time to last night at 7:00 and see what's going down at the Snooze. Hold on, where is... Oops. There we go. Get that. So if we jump back to last night's broadcast and we go 37 minutes in, this is what Dil-Dan is doing while Miss Mandy is throwing him under the bus. This is the dum dum da dum dum da dum dum da dum. That's a lot of dums in there, Danny boy. I don't think you got enough dumbs to adequately describe yourself. This also is on 122, 900, half the views that Shiz got on her broadcast. This is on January 21st. This is what's happening at the Schnooze while Miss Mandy is throwing Dan under the bus.
Blind spot, but that's on her to clear the lane before coming into it.
Right.
So she'll get a ticket for that. I'll give you the date for the court. It is a prepayable offense, so she can either come to court or not come to court. What I always tell people is in that case, especially if you're a witness like it, is to call the court the day before, see if she's prepaid it or not. So if she's prepaid it, no reason for you to come to court because she's not going to be there either. But if she hasn't prepaid it and plans on challenging or something like that, that's where you come in because I can't testify to what happened in the accident. I can only testify to what I observed when I get on scene.
Okay.
So that's where you come into play to say, hey, this is where I was, what happened, this is what she did when she hit me, and that's how you get the conviction on that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go fill out the paperwork there, get you guys information down for my report, and then I will get you guys out of here.
All right.
Any questions for me right now, sir?
What court is this going to?
I have to go through the sheriff's office here. Yeah.
So this should
a song, or should we go straight into the chip?
they're already so about 15 minutes after
But it's
what Miss Mandy said,
Uh-huh.
they're in the panic.
Yep.
That took me bloody ages to find. And then get. So,
wow, the try.
and there you go.
Wow,
It's not one of those states that you don't sign, you go to jail.
I know.
I know that would have been better, but it's not. So,
Wow, the trifold and subsidiary.
uh-huh.
Are you surprised that both would be used?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So the video to them was a big deal because Chili's trifold was actually appeared in the video in the woman's hand if you want to go back and watch it. So they're mocking Chili that the trifold is ineffective and doesn't do anything. Dan, nothing you sell, none of your fucking gift shop, proud pervert shit, none of that shit has ever shown up in a random fucking YouTube video. But Chili has penetrated the market so well that his merchandise, look, I don't support the trifold, I don't support the 5A cop card, but you can't deny the fact that the fucking guy's merchandise is showing up in the fucking real world. He's a way better fucking marketer than Dan is, and it's driving Dan fucking crazy because Dan is a narcissistic megalomaniac. So if a dummy like Chili can do it, Dan should be able to do it tenfold better. But Dan, you're always sucking hind tit. You're always in Chili's shadow. You're always sniffing his ass. You're always steps behind. And Dan, you're falling so fucking far behind now that to stay relevant, you jeopardized a man's fucking life. To quote Diarmid Costello, Dan, you're fucked. You're Shuggy in the shithouse fucked. You're Shuggy below deck fucked. You're Shuggy with an eBay challenge coin fucked. You're Shuggy. Does your wife know how you talk about women on the internet? That kind of fucked.
Absolutely.
Are you finally happy? You've been asking and asking and asking to see a video of trifold being used in real life.
Yes. That it went just as I had pictured it would go.
Yep.
That took me bloody ages to find. And then get.
Hold on. Rebel says, watch it coded friend .001. It will only take 3 days for Dan's lawsuit to be filed against you, but it might take 3 years for him to personally serve you. Kelly W wants to know if Hank's mom knows how he talks. She's dead. She's in the bed in the guest room. Hank curls up with that every once in a while too when his wife doesn't do enough for him. He has his dead wife in the fucking bed in the master bedroom still. Something's wrong with Hank. Oh, my bad.
Is this the one that Chili refused to acknowledge?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I've been searching and searching and searching
But
for
it's
it.
but it's because she didn't do it right. That's
Well-
why he won't acknowledge it. She didn't do it right.
Touche, funnily enough, I got hold of this today, but there's enough information in there that we can actually find out what happened.
So Touche, the gay male, wants to know, I would love to know the follow-up on her case. They haven't yet gotten wind of the fact that
She
Dan's
gives enough
getting outed.
information that we hear that we can actually find out what happens at court. Because it may not have been to court yet. It was only in October.
And at the rate your
And it all
investigative
depends how
research
back the
goes.
courts are.
Traffic court's usually within the 30 days.
I somehow envision a no-show and warrant being issued. But
Or she's had like 8 appearances in challenging jurisdictions still.
yeah, that's true.
I think the husband may have just paid
Oh,
it.
Phil has the creepiest fucking laugh.
Shall we have a song or should we go straight into Chili?
Dan's finding out right now. Dan's
Song.
finding out right
Well,
now.
there's only one song it can be.
He's got to go to song. Dan knows what's going on over at Shiz's.
Welcome everybody to another.
Okay, so they
edition
come
of
back.
Elite
They go
Laws.
into another Chili video, and then we're right around. Where is it here? They're mocking Chili, mocking. They're real slow on the uptake here. All right, so they're about to fucking Dan's scrambling in the fucking background. Oop.
That's exactly what I will do. I will, if I was the governor of Nevada, which I very well may run in Nevada, when I run for governor and I win, I will change this policy. I will create a third-party organization that gets all the body cam footage and all the dash cam footage, and they do all the redactions.
Not gonna
And
happen.
The price to the public is
Chili.
already paid. It takes
Chili.
one governor who actually wants to make a difference. to
You
start
need
that
the
new third-party
legislature to
organization.
do that, Chili. They're
That
never
gets
going
all
to
the
do
body
it.
cam footage and all the dash cam footage. Put a one in the chat if there has to be a third-party organization that gets the body cam footage and the dash cam footage. $672 to see what happened when we already pay for the footage so they can redact it and edit it. Redaction, it says right there, redaction of body camera videos.
Yes.
$700 to cover
Mo-
the climate
damn near
protection
anybody
program.
understands
These
why
documents
it needs to be
report as well
redacted
that
besides
officers
you,
who
you
report
fucking
on
imbecile.
body-worn camera videos are confidential.
Right, and that can be changed through the legislature. That can be changed through the legislature. We can legislate that away from the corrupt judges. Put a one in the chat if you know for a fact that the judges in America are the biggest problem. If you know for a fact that it's the judges, yes. it
Oh,
is.
quit
It's the
bitching
judges
because the
starting with
judges won't
the
take your
Supreme
bullshit
Court.
in court, you fucking
At the very
imbecile.
top, the Supreme Court, the
Hank is a very angry stroke victim.
unelected 9 black robe tyrants who are monarchs. And now the black robe tyrants of Nevada have said that officers' faces captured on body camera are confidential. Really? Really? The face of my oppressor is confidential? The face of my abuser is confidential? You need one governor.
Because you're a
sign
fucking
the bill
criminal.
that says
Keep
no,
getting
no, no, no,
caught.
no, no, no.
So quit your bitching and crying, you fucking pussy.
And it's only certain officers that faces are blurred, usually undercover officers. And there's a good reason why their faces are blurred. You fucking idiot.
Some states are blurring all officers' faces on the when you get the body cam. The only unblurred faces in some states' body cam now are the subjects of the crime.
Thank you, auditors, for blasting out people's personal information all over the place.
Thank you, auditors, for blasting out people's personal information all over the place, says Dope Phil. Jimmy Felch put Chili's address and name, blatant front page, big letters right up there, enabling Dan's Welsh News Network echo chamber crony squad to harass Chili's landlord. Is that what you're talking about, Phil? Is that the kind of information and doxing that you guys at WNN are always fucking bitching about? Just because you do it off YouTube doesn't mean you're not doxing people. And you're reaching out into that in real life stuff that, you know, when you open that door, if somebody shows up at your place, you know, there's not going to be a lot of fucking sympathy for you or your 13 cats or your fucking mother or your fucking sisters. Don't be a doxer, Jimbo. Don't be doxing people on behalf of the Welsh News Network, Jimbo Felch.
Except when it's their information, they cry like a little bitch.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that right, Jason Gutterman?
Yes, don't call him Jason Gutterman. Whatever we do, don't call him Jason Gutterman.
They're doxing the dude right there with the fucking name. Corrections 101 said to Blecka once, get ready to be wrecked. And Dan went into a fucking masturbatory tirade about how Corrections 101 assaulted his Rapunzel maid who, you know, will pretty much let down her hair to anybody with a little spare fucking cash. Blackety black. Blackety black. Disease-ridden fucking blue waffle.
No, you cannot be a government agent and be a black mask. The answer is absolutely no. Absolutely no. This can be overridden by the legislature. How do we know?
Not the governor.
How do we know for a fact that we can overrule this? How do we know it? The 1793.
Come on.
Hang on a second.
Get real angry.
Oh my God.
Apparently,
Time's up.
Dan's
apparently,
here it is. Dan, the whole time Dan's been on the fucking Discord going back and forth. And Dan just found out what's going on. So he's been pulling together screenshots that he can half present to try to convince everyone that he doesn't, that what's being said about him isn't true. So what? You showed a couple Discord screenshots. How, if I was invoicing you for work done, it would be in the fucking PDF and it would be in your fucking email. I might send a backup to Discord, but I would send direct to your fucking email. You're only showing Discord shots here, Dan. There's plenty of other ways to contact you. And you may have told him in advance so that you could pull shit like this. Send all your billing stuff to my email. If you send it to Discord, I'll delete it.
I'm in the process of being doxed and also said that I owe Triggered Limey money.
Yep.
Huh.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Wasn't going to do this, but there we go. That's my conversation, Discord conversations with Triggered Limey.
So, now over here, dumb fuck puts his contact list, and what do we have? Oh, look, Falcax right up there top. He just recently contacted you. This, by the way, is in the month of August when I was in Hong Kong, and Wrangler was floating the story that I contacted Josh to have Josh start going after Wrangler. And there's Falcax talking to Dan. Jesus fuck, Falcax. I don't know, Fal. That almost makes me want to talk about the time you showed screenshots of your Discord conversations with a certain female, acting like you weren't fucking spanking to her and cheating on your fucking wife, and you showed Discord shots to prove that you weren't. You went back a little too far there, boy. You showed the very fucking message where you said you don't think anyone knows yet. You're not trustable, Falcax. It's sad to it's really sad to reach the point where we need to show that you're fucking right there talking to Dan. Wrangler's in this list too. Pretty close. You're a more recent talk than Triggered Limey is, Falcax. In fact, at the time with this Triggered Limey stuff, you were the last guy he talked to. Sad.
That's completely down the twist.
Hmm?
That's going to send them completely into a tailspin. Because they haven't
Okay.
changed it, I think.
First message. Now,
oh, hold on. Let me get this. We need to hear the Shugman Shugster, Danny's beard covering for Dan. And here we go. Oh, the raffle's back on. If you look at the ticker at the bottom.
wasn't going to do this, but
No charity. It's all Danny's pocket. Dan's not even bothering with the fucking charity mask anymore.
there we go. That's my conversation, Discord conversations with Triggered Limey.
That's
No,
going to send them completely down the twist.
Hmm?
That's going to send them completely into a tailspin. Because they haven't changed it, I don't think.
You're right, Shuggy. You're completely in a tailspin. Oh, and by the way, Falcax is down here singly. He's in a group with the Queen Bitch and one other member. That would be Dan, because it's his account. So the Queen Bitch is Blecka. Don't fucking tell me Blecka doesn't know what the fuck is going on here. Blecka's a greedy little bitch.
First message. Now, this isn't a screenshot. This is actually my Discord. Okay? First message from Triggered Limey. Hey, buddy. Miss Mandy told me you're looking for an editor. I would definitely be interested in that role. I'd like to edit the first video for free. Then if you like it, we can talk pricing. Please let me know if this...
Limey's a pretty decent salesman. That's a good pitch. Kelly W says it's funny how Mandy and Reaper both have lupus and both need a kidney. What's even funnier is that their fucking listeners can't fit. They're crossover listeners. They have the same fucking audience, and their audience can't figure out that there's two people telling the same medical woe is me story, and they can't put it together that they're getting grifted by two fucking people with the same fucking story. Oh, man. Where was it? Who said it? Righton says that Kelly W. Reaper's hubby has one in mind. He's just waiting for tools. I want to make this clear. Reaper is not married. She is not married. More lies. Oh. I keep hitting that again. All right,
This should work for you. Cheers. My response. Hey, yes, we are, and that sounds like a good idea. When are you available for a chat? Triggered Limey, I could free up some time this afternoon if that suits. I reply, afternoons UK not good for us as it tends to be when we sleep. Lol, running US time sucks. Fair enough, I could do it this morning if you're still awake 2 hours or so. Works for us. Triggered Limey. I'm a sad middle-aged bloke that lives with my mum. She's my full-time carer, so I have to wait for her to wake up. Triggered Limey. Awesome. Me. We're all sad little YouTubers, so equal on that front. Triggered Limey. True that, mate. But we can become big-ish YouTubers with time. It's definitely the most fun job I've ever had. Triggered Limey. I'm free now if you are. Triggered Limey. I have a voiceover to record this morning. I'm going to start working on it now. I'll be able to pause it when you are free. Just wanted to let you know, as it may take me a minute or two to reply. Me. No worries. Ready when you are. We are in StreamYards and gave him a link. Triggered Limey. Hello, mate. just wanted to thank you again for this opportunity. It was really nice to meet you and Becca. I think we have similar mindsets when it comes to bullies and other areas of the community and YouTube as a whole. I look forward to working with you. Also, while you're waiting for the shiz stuff, I was wondering if you wanted me to make a short of your Wrangler video or anything like that. I would, of course, do the first short for free so you can see if you like it. On that note, the thumbnail, title, and SEO for the shiz video will be free too. I figure I should give you a freebie on each different thing that I can provide, so you can decide if you like what I can make for you. Sorry for the long-winded message, but again, let me know if you want a short knocked up. If so, I can do it tomorrow or Friday, depending on how long my meeting goes tomorrow. I reply, sounds like a plan. Discord invite. Hi, Dan. I need your urgent help, please. Because my pain has prevented me from sleeping a lot lately, my body finally gave up, as it usually does. I fell asleep well early last night. As such, I've only just sent my part of the money that Mandy is supposed to pay to your friends today. No idea what.
Well, yeah, Dan has no idea what that's about. Mandy has to pay money to Dan's friends. Blackmail.
What that's about. I haven't heard back from her.
Dan doesn't know what. Even Hank's like, huh? What the fuck? You shouldn't have read that, Dan.
I have no idea what that's about. I haven't heard back from her and fear that she may have fallen asleep whilst waiting for me. Could you please let them know that this is why they haven't received the money yet, and they will get as soon as Miss Mandy wakes up. In the future, we will make sure we pay it a few days early. This month just had some hurdles. Please let me know if you get this and are able to reach out to them. Thank you so much, mate. I didn't reply because I didn't see it. I get so many Discords that I just noticed things. Don't notice things. Triggered Limey. Hey, mate. I feel so bad from what I'm about to ask. Can I borrow £100, please? I swear I'll be able to pay it back to you at midnight Wednesday night next week. Once again, I'm sorry to ask. Alternatively, I can make you 4 shorts for £100 instead of 120. Whatever you prefer. I just really need your help. I didn't reply because I didn't see it till way later.
Interesting.
Ditto.
And
Ditto.
at this point,
interesting, Shuggy. What's interesting is that Dan terminated it there and didn't show any of the other messages where Limey's still begging to get that money. Interesting how Dan just cut it off right there. Shug. Interesting. Shug, are you in the unintelligence corp? I think we should buy you a challenge coin that says unintelligence core, Shuggy. For an intelligence core guy, you don't fucking know much about what's going on right around you. Or you're so intelligent that you play dumb well.
had he already created a short to see what is. And
He did do some shorts for us. There's
I
also
mean, I'm just saying timeline. Had he already done one and you came up with a financial arrangement?
Yes.
Okay.
Now that is him and I's personal chat. There's also a group chat between him.
Oh, you see, so there's other chats. Thanks for admitting that, Dan. You didn't show everything.
I am Becca. Ta-da! Okay, again, not a screenshot. Hey guys, hope you're both well. Just checking in to see if any of the stuff has come through. I was also wondering if you have already recorded anything for it. So if so, I could get started on it. If not, no worries. I'll bet working on a short for you in a day or two. Was going to make it from Wrangler video. Can't remember if I said that already. Anyway, sorry, I haven't done it yet. Had a few pain days and had to do some other stuff for current projects, but I'll get it done soon. Hi, guys. Like I say, I am awful on Discord. I frequently miss messages. Hi, guys. putting the short together finally. I'm sorry it's taken this long. Things have been so hectic for me lately. Anyway, quick question. Should I redact his first and last name for the short? I was thinking it would be a good idea for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it will stop it looking like you just want to dox him in the short. And secondly, it will make people want to watch your Wrangler videos so they can have that question answered thoughts. I'm going to send you two versions of the same short tomorrow. The simple version, as in cheap, and then the more complex version, which costs more. Again, the short and the first long-term video will be free of charge. Just want to give you options. Hope you're well. Talk soon. Obviously, yesterday came and went. I must apologize. It's been a while since I made a short, and even longer since I made one where the whole thing was talking. Because of this, creating the text that you really should have on a short has been taking some time. I'm back working on it today. I'll keep you both posted. Cheers. Becca. Thank you. I have been sleeping.
Okay, so Dan has confirmed that the Queen Bitch account is Becca. And let's see what Becca's been. Let me jump that back. Let's see what Becca's been up to the last few days.
Both posted. Cheers. Becca. Thank you. I have been sleeping the majority of the last few days and keep forgetting to respond.
The what? The what of the last few days then? Did you say the you fucking mushmouth motherfucker?
Thank you. I have been sleeping the majority of the last few days.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Dan? Black has been sleeping for most of the past few days. Sounds like crushed up anti-anxiety pills dissolved in a little fireball coming at you.
Days and keep forgetting to respond. Triggered Limey. No problem at all. I have a lot of that going on myself. Makes it fun to try and get anything done, lol. I appreciate your patience and hope you feel better. Here's the short. One easier edit about 3 hours and one more detailed edit about 6 hours to get from the easy edit to this one. Please let me know what you think. There's the link. Love them. I say love them. Triggered Limey. Awesome. Which style would you prefer going forward? I'm happy to edit a complete video for you for free so you can see what you think. I could even do a simple edit and a complex edit for that too. Me, the complex edit.
Fucking Dan can't read. How you are in fucking. You're so panicky you can't read your own simple sentences. Dan is in a fucking pure panic here. I love this. Oh my God, do I love this. Let's listen to Dan read his own words.
Me, the complex edit. The complex one looks best to me. Triggered Limey. Just what I like to hear. The more expensive one. Lol. Becca. That was excellent. Thank you. Glad you both like them. Triggered Limey. Links to various videos I said I've done and then sent to. I asked him.
Can you feel the tremble in Dan's voice right here while he's going through this? He's pure panic.
Either of those suitable to do the same thing to. Triggered Limey. I could do the same thing to both. It'll take some time though. If I went non-stop, it'll take at least a day per video. I also need to work out how much to charge for the fancier format. If it was someone I don't know, I'd be charging £20 to £25 per hour. But I want to do you a good deal without overcharging you. I could just say 30 per short. For long-term videos, we'd be probably looking at 50. I think that would be fair, as I was going to do 20 for a simple edit. The problem with shorts is, although you think they're easy, I have to try and fit everything into a minute or less, so it ends up taking me over half the time it does making a regular video. That's on a good day. Some of my videos have taken weeks. Me.
No one cares what you said, Dan. Stone Vet says, I like the way Shuggy interacts with my show, but I totally get why people are dismissive of him or dislike him. It'd be good if he weighed in on this, or in my mind, he should get away from Dan. I agree with you. He should get away from Dan, but I don't think he will, because I don't think Shuggy's a fucking straight shooter either. Someone on our Discord flipped a recent comment from your side chat, actually, Josh, it was, I think, on 119. Shuggy said he was with the fisheries department in the 90s. When exactly was Shuggy in the military? Were you in the Navy, Shug, or were you with the fisheries department? Dermot Costello says, Shuggy's here. He watches all of these. Yeah, he does. Say hi to Shuggy if you watch Stone Vet. Stone Vet says, Kelly W., I agree, and that's what bothers me about him, covering for Dan. Yeah, it's not a good look for him. Kelly W. had said before that people need to stop covering for Dan. Kelly W. says Shuggy saw Queen with Dan in 1997 with Freddie Mercury. They were playing Queen on a boombox while they had sex on a gravestone for a guy named Freddie. Don't know if it was Mercury or not, but, you know, Dan and Shuggy like their intimate time together. They're old bunkmates from the seafaring days. Painted Anchors with KFAR. McAddix is suggesting what Shuggy did or what Dan did? Or is painting anchors a code for the way what they were doing in 1997 to an old Queen tune on a gravestone in a graveyard? Dan apparently has regaled us with a story. He has regaled us with a story where he was apparently escorted by his auntie, 81-year-old Auntie Myrtle, who took him to, and Dan, before divulging his age, said that he was drunk out of his mind, and going to the Nebworth concert was the best decision he's ever made in his life. Then, as the story unfolded, we found out that Dan was escorted to the Nebworth Queen show, the last appearance of the entire group together with Freddie Mercury. And Dan was only 8 years old, drunk out of his mind, accompanied by his spinster aunt, 81 years old. Then the next day they were correcting it. Dan said it was the next concert he was drunk at. So apparently he was 9 years old at the next concert. But while he was drunk, he kept referring to it as 1997, despite the fact that Jimbo Finch continually corrected the date as 86 for Nebworth, and 87 would be the following year. So Jimbo Felch is no longer welcome at the Welsh News Network. Don't correct Dan. Don't correct Dan. Dermot Costello says the spice is cream of Shuggy. Oh, Dermot Costello and Shuggy also said he came up with the spices for KFC and saved the company. I think that's a rumor started by me, bro. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is.
No rush, mate. Triggered Limey. I'll start working on one today. Fitting in with my regular work, I should be able to finish the first one by the end of the weekend. Me. Like I say, mate, no rush, and the Wrangler one is doing really well. Triggered Limey. I'd also, and I know this is a bit cheeky, but would it be possible to be paid in advance this time round? Me and my mum got hit with a £400 electricity bill for the summer. I hate to be a piss take, but we're struggling a bit. Triggered Limey replying to my one about Wrangler. That's great. I was very happy with it. It was a lot of fun trying the new stuff I've been learning. As far as sound design, 797 views so far, and climbing. I'm planning to put your videos as high priority. I think it's important, the work you're doing, plus my channel has kind of died, so I'm taking the time to make some good content. Me to Triggered Limey, in reply to Triggered Limey asking to be paid in advance. Not a problem. Send me the total and your PayPal and I'll get that done. Triggered Limey, and mainly because you're doing me a massive favor by letting me work for you. Me, and everyone knows you're doing our editing and that Mandy is running our socials. Triggered Limey, thank you so much. If we say 30 per short, usually let's say 50 for the two, as you're doing me a solid. My PayPal is back. Triggered Limey in reply to me. Cool, I didn't want to say anything till you gave me the all clear. And remember, you're still getting a free long form edit as soon as you give me the content to put together. I'll be ready and waiting. Oh, if there's ever any effects you see in a video that you'd like me to do, please let me know. Either I'll know how to do it or I'll be able to learn it quickly online. I'm always looking to up my game.
This is why Dan has to painstakingly go through his Premiere videos, because he's mumble-mouthed and he often doesn't read the actual word that's there.
Me, sent. Triggered Limey. Money received. Thank you so much, mate. You're really helping me and my mum out. Now I'm on the bound to give you the best work I can. Smiley face. No worries, mate, and don't rush yourself. Triggered Limey. I'm loving it. You should see the timeline for that short. It's beautiful. Quick question. Am I limited to one short per stream per video? I only ask because some channels turn streams and long videos into 2 or 3 shorts each. Me, entirely up to you. Cool. Also, anytime a project takes precedence, let me know and I'll put your others on the back burner. Do you care which of these 2 I work on first? Me, not bothered at all. Triggered Limey. Cool. I'll keep you up to date with how things are going. One last thing with the long form videos, I'll be giving you a subtitle file to upload with it. Doesn't matter for shorts as they're burned in.
The Discord chat dates range from August right up to current time, or a week or 2 past from current time.
Just a heads up. Okay. I say okay. Triggered Limey. Fuck, I thought it was Friday today. I'll do what I can, but the first short might not be ready till Monday. Also, sorry for talking too much. I get manic when I haven't sleep. Me, chill, no rush at all. Triggered Limey, one of my viewers just sent me this. Not sure if you've seen it. It's a 3rd part story about Shiz and some of the humble things she's done. Triggered Limey, looks like Turtle Boy did a stream about it. Quick thought, you added a comment to the short linking to the full video. I'd pin that to the top, makes it easier to find. Triggered Limey.
Josh will be stream sniping Fraudit Wrangler, Michael Murder Kaiser tonight, 7:30, 8 o'clock if Wrangler goes live. If he does not go live, Josh will pull a historic deleted video by Michael Murder Kaiser. I don't have a purple heart.
Me. Making good progress on a corrections 102 short. We will be finished tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll definitely be able to get 1 or 2 more out of that stream, and at least 2 from the chili one, most likely anyway. Triggered Limey. I had one of my dead to the world sleeps last night, so I've woken up about 6 hours late. I'll get the short finished today, though. Becca, sounds good. Triggered Limey. I need to push it back a day. My niece is going home tomorrow, so I'm going to spend the rest of the day with her and my mum. Talk to you tomorrow. Hope you both have a wonderful day. Another day is Becca. Another day is totally okay. Talk to you tomorrow. Triggered Limey. I know Dan did tell Mandy to tell me to calm down a bit. I tend to try and push myself too hard. I will try calm.
Just for the record, Dan, because Dearman and I and Rebel were talking about this last night. The Welsh Devil account is Becca's account. It's not Dan's account. He said he was reading from Becca's account. So you have Queen Bitch and you have the Welsh Devil.
Promise
They're both black.
Yes, I did. Because he seemed to be getting himself far too worked up and putting himself under pressure that I wasn't putting him under and didn't want him under.
No, he was telling you to pay him, and you were fucking dragging your feet and stalling and stiffing. You Welsher. Welshing on your obligations, Welsher.
I'm just making sure I haven't lost connection. No, still there. Good. Triggered Limey, I made you a new GIF, and it's a GIF about shits. Triggered Limey, I've been told your thumbnail person is struggling to have time to make them for you. I'd be more than happy to take.
That's Hank, and you were bitching him out for not doing it. Was Jim first, and Jim wasn't doing them, and you and Hank were jumping on Jim, and then Hank started doing them. You're going to deny it, but it was going on.
Over that job. I can normally look out a decent thumbnail in 30 to 60 minutes. Now, I have no idea where that was, and I questioned Miss Mandy about it because Hank makes our thumbnails. And Hank, have you ever struggled with our thumbnails?
Hank?
No,
Hank?
I haven't.
Hank? That's Phil,
Hank,
not
you
Hank.
muted.
Hank?
Under
Hank?
5 minutes per.
Hank's alive. Oh, my God. Sometimes we worry that Hank will never wake up or finish every one of his sentences. Oh, let's hear what Hank said.
Under 5 minutes per.
Come on, Hank.
No
finish.
struggles.
No, I've never had an issue with it. Never. Whenever I've asked Hank for a quick one, because
I asked Hank for a quick one. Whoa, Hank doesn't unmute the mic until the dogs lick all the peanut butter off.
I've suddenly discovered I wanted to do something Hank's not known anything about. It's
Holy shit,
always there.
Dan can't talk either.
Hank
What's
for
going
a
on?
quick one, because I've suddenly discovered I wanted to do something Hank's not known anything about. It's always there. Yeah, occasionally we screw up and none of us notice that we've run out. And it's literally because none of us have noticed, because Hank's made 10 or 12 and we've gone through them and not realized that we've gone through them all. Anyway, Triggered Limey. Short is done. Was a fair bit of work. Here's the timeline. You're lucky. If you were a channel like Mr. Beast, I'd be charging you about 150 quid for this. Laughing. Scratch that. I need to finish the audio checks to make sure it doesn't surpass the ideal peaks for YouTube. Won't be long. The short is done. It's in the same folder as my Google Drive. Here's the link again, just in case. Please let me know if you'd like anything changed. Becca, the guy in the video is not Corrections. That's Ben Inman. Corrections 101 was showing Ben Inman in his video while he spoke, and we were playing Corrections 101's video. A different image will need to be used. All else is good. Triggered Limey. Do you have any pictures of him or a video that shows him? Becca, not sure where you heard that Hank is struggling with the thumbnails. We'll keep Hank doing the thumbnails. He enjoys doing them, and our audience loves them. You can find a picture of Corrections 101 and links to the
Douchey Dan setting up attacks on other people. Hank's thumbnails suck. They suck. All it is Hank ripping off other people's graphics and putting fucking lettering over it. Well, let's look at today's. Oh, hey, look, just another day in Winter Wonderland. Let's rip off a fucking Star Wars fucking graphic. Yeah, great job, Hank. That's beautiful, man. You fucking kill, dude. You're the best. If you could only keep the same thought going in your fucking head till the sentence finishes, you'd be useful.
pictures. Either of those are fine. They are both him. Triggered Limey. Mandy had mentioned that Hank said he was struggling to make time for them. Maybe she misheard what he said. Not to worry.
Never talked to her at all about it.
Okay, that answers that.
Why would I talk? Why would I talk to anybody besides you and Becca about the thumbnails?
I have no idea.
Dead air. Dead air.
Okay. Triggered Limey in reply to Becca. I
Got it,
definitely
Walter.
prefer this one. I'll cut it into the short this morning. Version 2 is finished. I thought I'd change the music during correction pity party segment. Let me know what you think.
So, Dan, you're in panic mode. None of this is helping you. They said you're not paying people for reading all fucking Limey's fucking Discord DMs. It doesn't prove it that you paid them. You know what proves you paid them is a fucking receipt, Dan, which you never seem to be able to fucking come through with. Shuggy, help the motherfucker out, will you?
My reply, nailed it. Triggered Limey, thank you. I'll start the chili one this afternoon. Then I'll make some more from the 2 streams, unless you have others you want done first. My reply, it's due to go live at 2 p.m. UK time. Triggered Limey, hey guys, you about for a quick chat? Becca, don't know if Dan is available to speak, but I can. What you need? Triggered Limey, I'm struggling to turn this chili one into a short. There's just so much information here. So I wanted you to get your thoughts on me making a short and a video from it. That way the short can link to the video and add more detail. I've already been paid for the short, and I said
Walter.
I'd do the video for free, so there's no extra charge.
Fucking perfect. Walter says Dan would be more credible if he just said, I don't know what you're talking about.
Charge. Becca, I will remind Dan about it when I speak to him later. Yep, Becca knows I barely pay attention to Discord. Thanks. In the meantime, Triggered Limey, thanks. In the meantime, I'll make both, as I need to make the video to try and pull the short from. Should have both finished by late tomorrow, early Sunday. Have a great day, and thank you for getting back to me. Triggered Limey, gonna take another day or two. I've got my nephew for another week or so, so I'm unable to work as much as I'd like to. Life can be a pain in the backside. Triggered Limey, the folder contains a chili video, subtitle file, and thumbnail. Let me know if there's anything you don't like. I'll be making that.
Damn it. Muted again. This is supposed to anybody who just came in the room during the silence when I was muted. This is Dan trying to prove that he had nothing to do. I fixed the muted. Thanks for all the red dots, right? So beautiful. Thanks for covering for me. My legal advisor. I wish that had come up first. My mom just came in to vacuum. Damn it, vet. You gave me away again. My mom's always fucking vacuuming here. Here, look, listen. Ma, quit with the fucking vacuum. They'll cut that now. They'll cut that now. Play that clip over and over again. Josh, cut that and play it before anybody else gets a good giggle out of it. Yeah, I was fucking muted. Okay, so to anyone who's just come in the room, Miss Mandy has thrown Dan under the bus on Shiz Happens in a expose of Malignant Mandy. Imagine that. Dan gets thrown under the bus by Mandy, who claims that Dan owes all kinds of people money, including her, Limey, and other people. And Jeff Appleby says, I told you not to bother me when I'm cleaning my room. Ma, I gotta do this. Is that the King of Comedy line? I'm doing this. By the way, I never, in that little interchange with my mom, I never raised my voice. I don't raise my voice to my mother. I did this. Ma. Which, you know, I've been doing since I was like 15 years old, and my mom embarrasses me. All right. Let's get back on this. So Dumb Dan is reading all these fucking messages, private messages between him and Limey. I hope Virginia's not a two-party state, Blacka. Ooh. So, you know, Dan is trying to prove that he does pay people by reading direct messages between him and Limey about how to make videos. Not about payment for videos, but how to do it. But Dan's going to read every message, and hopefully you'll be hypnotized, droned out, and forget what the original question was by the time Dan's reading a non-answer.
That's short. Soon. It's been a hectic few weeks. Becca, we both like it. What is the subtitle file and what do I need to use to open it? Triggered Limey, it's closed captions in case the viewer wants to use them. When you upload the video, look for where it says closed captions, and there will be an option to choose your own and then upload the file. You don't have to use it, but it should open up your content to more people. Becca, nice. Hadn't thought of using those. Thank you. Triggered Limey, no problem. Becca, is it with timing or without timing? Triggered Limey already contains the timing. It's completely ready to go as is. Becca, thank you. I have set it up to go at 4:15 p.m. Eastern. Triggered Limey, awesome. Triggered Limey. A long time ago in a galaxy law office, not so far away, a very small man doing his first ever live stream, lacking in skill and confidence, and he persevered, eventually becoming a weirdo that we all know and love. Now, this was for Art's corporate fiction for his celebration. And I did 2 voiceovers for it because Limey was talking to me about it on his live stream. So he sent me the text and I recorded them and sent them back to him. I sent him.
Dan, I know you're listening. Could you type in the chat what this has to fucking do with you paying the man? And then we talked about astrophysics and are black holes really real? And could one black hole suck everything into it? And then Dan got hard and started masturbating. How does this fucking prove that you paid the motherfucker? Wasting time, Dan, hoping people forget what the original topic was. Great tactics, Dan. Who gave you this one? Shugman Sugar, the intelligence guy? Shuggy couldn't lick a fucking postage stamp and get it right on a fucking envelope.
In the look to the unfiltered look into Shiz Part 1. Triggered Limey, that was hilarious. Love it. Becca, hey there. Do you still need me to blur stuff on that video? Triggered Limey.
They're proving that he worked for him. That's detrimental to Dan, not to Limey. What did Limey make, Dan? $100? That's not going to affect his fucking benefits, you jackass motherfucker. It's almost like you baited him into this so you could do this to him. Don't, anybody out there listening to this, don't get involved with this fucking douchebag Dan at Welsh News Network. He's done this shit to a lot of fucking people. Blue Bear, Jim Finch, and he fucked with Limey so much. Limey thought to end it was the best fucking plan of attack. You fucking scumbag, Dan.
Can you share?
You're proving the guy worked for you. Okay. He made what? A fucking $100. It's not gonna be a fucking scumbag motherfucker.
The Shiz video with me, please. I want to make a short from it, but it won't download for me. Sorry for the delay, but my mood swings have been kicking my ass. Here's the chili short, and then he sends it. Triggered Limey, did you get this file okay? Becca, I thought Dan would have let you know. He posted it on our channel already. Thank you. Told you I'm really bad with Discord. Triggered Limey. Also, I really need to earn this money this month. Really need to earn some money this month. I was going to spend this week concentrating on nothing but shorts from your channel. I just need to know if there's a cap on the amount of money you don't want me to go past. Again, I really appreciate giving you the opportunity to work with you. It helps me more than you know. Triggered Limey in reply to Becca, cool, I should have chat. I'm so behind on watching content for fun right now. Becca, that's up to Dan. I will remind him later. Thank you, Triggered Limey. Thank you so much. I'll await his response. There are a lot of shorts opportunities. If Dan would like one from the Shiz stream, I will need the video sent to me, please. It's not letting me download it. I
Holy
guess I
fuck,
could
Dan.
do a
Bore
screen
the
record
shit.
if need
Bore him
be.
to sleep.
Triggered Limey.
Miss Mandy has stated on another YouTuber's channel that I owe Limey money, so I will now read all of my correspondences with Limey until you all fall asleep, and then I'll sneak out of the room, says Dil-Dan.
Limey. Hey Dan, I'm seriously hurting for money right now, and I'm certainly going to bounce some of my bills over the coming days. Could you please let me know if I can just turn out as many shorts as possible, or if there is a cap on how much I can earn in a given week? Thank you so much. Again, I didn't see it. I am terrible with Discord.
Yeah, you're terrible with Discord. Message after message after message. You're just not returning his fucking messages, which corroborates what fucking Mandy said, you dumb fuck. Wow, you are fucking dumb. And why would right? Diarmid Costello in the side chat says these are Becca's messages with Limey. Why would you? What do you mean you're bad at answering messages? Why would you be answering the messages in Becca's account? These are two queen bitch. But then you fucking lie a lot. Now you're throwing fucking Becca under the bus. Raiton says this is Dil-Dan's way to cause a distraction. His viewers are like, yeah. Everyone else, Dan is his dick. Right. This is just, hey, we'll read shit. We'll lull the fucking crowd into a false sense of stupor. And then we'll just move on to something else. McAddick says Dan is doing a filibuster. Tina taught him how to do it after writing one for Jim Jordan. Walter Texas says you can almost hear Limey's desperate for a little money. It's really sad. And that's exactly what that's Dan's kind of fucking person. Someone desperate for money. And then you keep them desperate for money by not fucking paying them. That's who Dan is. Yeah, Dan replied, but he replied in Welsh.
Triggered Limey, I'm going to start working on a short today as I could use the money. I'm hoping to get a few done this week. Please let me know if you don't need me to make any at the moment. I hope I'm not taking a liberty by working on some, but I really do need to earn what I can. I just don't want to seem like I'm forcing you to pay me for stuff that you haven't asked for. However, the only person I can do paid for, however, you're the only person I can do paid for work at this time. If there is a more convenient way to reach out to you, let me know. Thanks again, and I hope you're having a great day. Triggered Limey, just a thought. I probably need to wait for a response before I do too much work. I would expect to.
Verbo Boss's name is coming up in the side chat. Dan fucked her too. She ran around getting the coffee and donuts and whatever for the police departments, and they wouldn't fucking take them because they can't. And then she wasted her time, hours, and Dan never reimbursed her for the fucking money she spent. Dan's a fucking douche. Right. Dan reads all this shit, and his viewers start going, yeah, Dan's innocent. Look, he was actually talking to Limey until he started ignoring him.
To be paid on delivery. I know you're good for it, but again, I don't want to force you into paying for something that you haven't asked for. So until I hear from you, I will limit myself to just making one short for now. I'm going to make one for yesterday's chili stream, as I think that should do well. Hopefully this is agreeable to you. Cheers. Triggered Limey. Never mind, it won't let me download it. Same problem with the Shiz Live. If you would like shorts created for these, please download them from YouTube and upload them to Google Drive. Thanks. Triggered Limey. I've had no reply here or when messaging you directly. I believe our work together has come to an end. I wish you well on your channel. Have a good one. That's it.
Yeah, that's it for that. Where are the messages where he's like, hey, you gonna pay me, motherfucker? How come you haven't paid me yet? That's the shit you're not showing. And why are you reading messages between Becca and Limey? What does that have to do with, what does Becca talking to Limey have to do with you paying Limey? You're the pay guy, Dan. Dumb fuck. Well, I'll just filibuster until I start getting harumps out of my side chat, and then we'll move on to something else.
That is the entire chat I have ever had involving Triggered Limey.
And
so you never paid him? Is that what you're saying? You never paid him? There's no receipt showing that you paid him, so everything that's being said is right? He did work and you didn't pay him? Because you didn't show anything showing that you paid the motherfucker. So if that's it, then you never paid him. Because if you did pay him, you wouldn't be reading all these fucking chats. You would be showing the receipt that says, here, this proves I paid him. You think for it's not what you showed, Dan. It's what you didn't show that proves you didn't pay him. Because if you did pay him, you'd show the receipts. There's the receipts. I fucking paid him. But you showed 20 minutes worth of shit that doesn't say you paid him. It says everything but you paid him. It says he worked for you. It says you were directing his work activities, but you didn't show anything that says you fucking paid him. God damn, Dan, you're fucking dumb. For all your much talking, all that comes out of your mouth is much more dumb shit. Dumb motherfucker.
And so where do they get you owe him money?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Well, that 100 quid he asked you for to help him, but that wasn't a bill. That was just you helping him.
Yeah.
Well, and did he do more work on top of what you had paid?
Nope.
Apparently, there was an attempt to have a live call-in show.
Was that?
Yep. Dan just up and ghosted
Apparently, some people are saying Irish Demon was supposed to be calling you.
And that's not all of them.
Okay.
Limey's got screenshots. Walter Texas agrees. Exactly. Right. A simple receipt works. Show the bank account receipt.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Don't really pay much attention to anything when I'm on a live.
Okay.
Yeah, right on. This is exactly what happens when Dan goes.
So I have no idea.
I didn't know we did a live call-in show, so that was news.
No, neither did I.
Do you have when you call in? Do you have to say long-time listener, first-time caller?
Yes,
I have no idea.
We have Demon from Ireland.
Yeah, Mock Demon. That's a good fucking plan.
Also, not to mention the fact I'd have to go get my phone.
Yeah, you got your phone, Dan. We know you got your phone. That's why your icon ain't up, because you don't want Demon to see the fucking fear in your goddamn eyes. You know exactly who was fucking calling you. You know exactly. He does sound like a fucking weasel, doesn't he?
Because, strangely enough, I don't have it in this room.
Did one of the council house members, one of the other flat members, steal your fucking phone again, Dan?
And also, I don't tend to answer the phone whilst I'm doing actually a live stream.
Yeah, you do. You answered it the other night when Demon called.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Kelly W.
Okay.
People were in Dan's chat telling him Demon was calling.
All right, we'll go over to back to Chile.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry about interrupting that, but I thought it needed addressing.
Case of Crisholm versus Chisholm, Crisholm. Crisholm.
Yeah, Chili or Dan's getting snitched
John
out.
Chisholm, I think is how you say the last
People
name.
feel
Chisholm.
bad about what
Chisholm
happened to
versus
Limey.
Georgia in
And
1793.
everybody knows that
and
Dan's
so what that
behind
case
it.
was about
Everyone.
was whether or not an individual could sue a state and then it could be held in federal court. The Black Robe Tyrants in 1793 in Chisholm versus Georgia said yes, an individual can sue the state and then the case will be heard in federal court. Well, the states didn't like that. That gave way too much power to the federal government. So 1795, when you get the 11th Amendment.
In the side chat, Stoned Vet asks, how does Dan think this makes him look like he paid Limey? It's not the best plan to trust a drug addict, but this makes Dan look like, at best, that he didn't pay Limey and then ignored him. That's the point exactly. But Josh, you can figure it out. I can figure it out. Most of the people in my chat can figure it out, but nobody in the Welsh News Network side chat can figure it out, including the fucking douchebags like Touche and Gia that are financing this motherfucker and his assault on fucking the common man. Dan's an aristocratic blue blood. Dan, get counseling. Just because you were abused as a child doesn't mean as an adult you can abuse people. You're just acting out. Rebel says, for some reason, I feel like I lost IQ points from Dan's rant. It wasn't even a rant. It's just Dan reading other people's shit, and Dan's apparently unable to read his own fucking words, which is really weird.
Amendment. The 11th Amendment is going to say that you cannot sue the states in federal court. The legislators overrode what the court did in the Supreme Court. You can pass legislation in your state by the judges.
That's where Dan really fucked it up. Writes on. He didn't do the herder chili dumb at the end of reading fucking. If he had just at the end of reading Limey's messages, if he had just said, and that, folks, is why herder chili's dumb, and then transitioned into this chili clip, all the fucking Welsh News Network baboons would be like, all right, man, get me another fucking beer. If you got any more of them antidepressants floating around. They're all like fucking Dan and Blacka, all of them. Katie D says Dan wasn't abused. He's an abuser. Dan's an abuser because he was abused, and he abuses people in his adult. He was abused as a child. He said it. It's obvious his mother abused him. He's telling stories about how his mother threw a fucking boot and hit his brother in the back of the head and knocked him out cold. That's abuse. That's abuse. That's abuse. My 6 foot tall, red-haired Maureen Stapleton-looking auntie used to throw a high heel shoe in the down the back of the microbus if she was driving and there was commotion in the bus. But that's not a boot, and she never fucking knocked anyone out. That's abuse, man. That's pure fucking abuse. And Dan's mom locked him in the car and set the car on fire. And maybe possibly set Dan on fire too. Dan was abused growing up, and now he's an abuser. I think Dan needs the English version of a Baker acting. McAddick says Dan's mom once punched him a couple times. Oh, Carte Blanche is here. Hey there, coded friend.001 and all you wonderful, shiny people. Katie D says, at coded friend.001, where are the abuse receipts? Katie D, it's in his behavior. You can't, I don't know, Katie D. Maybe if you know somebody who's a psychologist or a psychologist or a psychiatrist, you could play some clips of Dan Becca interactions, and any first year mental health professional could point out to you that Dan is a fucking abuser. Dermot Costello says, at Touche Screenshots 101, power and volume down, instant screenshot. I think I had to teach you that, Dermot. Oh yeah, carte blanche. If you have a Android phone, volume down and the power button simultaneously will screenshot. McAddick says, or too gay, if you have an Android, just slide your hand across the screen. Really? For a screenshot? Dermot Costello says, can I mute Blanche, please? Absolutely not. Carte Blanche says, at McAddick Esquire, KC, you got that right, and you know it.
In the Supreme Court, you can pass legislation in your state to provide the judges.
As a constitutional law scholar, you should know this. The voters overrode it because it has to pass 2/3 of the state. So the voters agreed with this, not the legislature. The voters, the people.
And that's what's going to have to happen in the state of Nevada. Put one in the chat if you understand. That's what's going to have to happen in the state of Nevada. They're going to try to blank out the faces of cops. We have to fight it. They're going to try to hire illegal immigrants to be cops because all they have to do is follow orders of the government to get their citizenship and replace you. They'll work for much less. They'll be willing to take much less freedom.
Going on about the
they don't even know our laws. They're here illegally. They don't even understand the Bill of Rights because there's no Bill of Rights in any other country. This is the problems that we're facing today. The judges here are protecting the government from us. Nevada Supreme Court has recently held that officers' faces captured on body camera footage are confidential. That's a lie. That's a lie. Who are the judges? It's a bunch of boomers. Even older, it's a bunch of boomers. Sorry, you boomers have did up. You did up. You created all those cop sucking shows. You're the cop suckers. Most boomers have their stick all the way down their throat and they're sucking that cop stick.
Thanks for coming around, Josh. We'll see you over at your place.
Turn the Kevins and Karens in our lives.
Shortly after sending us this bill, Metro reduced its per-hour fee for redaction, so we resubmitted our request. But that time, they denied it altogether, saying this case is currently under investigation by our internal affairs.
But we know yesterday, who was here yesterday where I showed the internal affairs video? The internal affairs detective gets checked by the union rep. They leave the room, they go outside, and the questioning stops, and it changes. This case is currently under investigation by our internal affairs.
Yeah.
They're all working together. They've created an autonomous organization, and it will be changed on the governor. I guarantee it.
Detectives.
Blanche, she says, Dimeed Costello.
Family filed a formal complaint concerned not only about that day, but also future interactions between that officer and the public.
Reminds me of Jesse Sandoval.
About that day, but also...
Right, so they're trying to keep it about Chile.
When I first came to Vegas in January of 2023.
Is that why you were begging to get hold of it? Huh. On a live stream, Chile. Really?
As a pig, my fundamental duty is to serve mankind, to safeguard lives and property, and to protect innocent against deception.
You got it wrong. Well, it means you're wearing headgear for an extended period of time. That's what that means.
Look, there's no back.
Maybe if you wear the headgear like Chili wears his headphones.
Guys, as much as I'd love to continue this as normal, I have just had a phone call that Northwest Police have had 47 calls about me in the last hour.
I'm not surprised. Why am I not surprised?
So,
well, yeah, why are you not surprised that Dan's getting police phone calls? That in the middle, why are you not surprised that we're repeating the Dan behavior where in the middle of controversy, the reason Dan has to stop talking is because the police are looking for him? Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. This is the same fucking golden parachute Dan employs every fucking time he's on the verge of crash and burn.
Yay. So whoever's handing out my phone number, thank you very much.
I'd like to remind everyone that today's program is sponsored by 8596. That's 8er, 5er, 9er, 6er. 8596. Thank you for your monetary contribution. 8596, today's stream sponsor.
I really appreciate that. So they're going to be bringing me back in 5 minutes.
What did you do?
Alrighty.
Push the mic.
So
We're saved from chili by the assholes.
Yes.
Wait, the police are going to ring you back? Why are the police calling you? Why don't they just come and get you? It's all made up fake shit, Dan. Ooh, the popo's after me. Dan, you've had more interactions with the police in the last 6 months than fucking Chili has. Oh, sorry. Big Daddy says, what have I missed now? Had a call from Germany I had to take. You can catch a replay, bro. Who the fuck is Alice? Says you better go back to hospital and hide, Dad. Yeah, exactly. Well, he can smoke there. You know, the U.S. government's corrupt, but Dan's bragging about how he can bribe anyone. Dumb motherfucker. How does the local police know Dan's phone number? Exactly. Mechanics Esquire, KC. Has anyone ever been to... It's Kinmel Hall, not Kilmen Hall. Kinmel. Today's program is sponsored by the number 8596. Walter, Texas reminds us, who the fuck is Alice? Reminds us that the local police are Dan's cousins. Well, everyone's related in Wales. They fuck their own sisters there.
I do apologize to all the listeners, but unfortunately I have to go deal with this bullshit.
Yes.
Big business Danny has to go deal with this bullshit.
People have issues? I don't know.
You have some issues, Dan. You fucked around with Limey and pushed him to the point where he tried to off himself. Yeah, people have issues, Dan. You're fucking one of them.
Good deal. We'll talk later on.
Yeah, and there's no Becca here tonight because it's her day off. I'm not going to ask her to come in on her day off. I'm afraid the stream will be ending, and we will see you all tomorrow.
See you later.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye.
8596 is today's number. So Dil-Dan's going off the deep end. No one will know until tonight if Dilly-Dan actually shows up. It's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna get a little shiz happen. Says no one called the police. Yeah, exactly. No one called the police. Dan had to go because he's in panic mode. Oh, you know what? I fucked that up, didn't I? No, I got it. No, where is it? Hold on a second here. All by himself. Jimmy wants to be all by himself. Where did I save? I didn't save it. Shit. Let's see if I can get this to show up. Jim Finch is gay, wearing his clown suit. I can't bring this up, but our inside, I'll show it next time I stream. Our inside source at the Welsh News Network gave us a screenshot of the WNN voice chat at 8:13, right before Danny went dark. And in the chat is John Paul McKenna, Blecka, A.K.A. Dan's sexy bitch. How many Discord accounts do you have, you dirty little... Kari T is there. Chorky Mum is there. Core is there. Hank is there. I Love Balaclava is there. Kelly Fitzpatrick is there. Lisa Alcazar is in the WNN chat at 8:31 last night. Mrs. Tom is there. Pollen Tigress is there. That's Pollen Tigress 71010. Pope Phil, the dumb motherfucker, dope on a rope, is there. Oh, Shuggy's there too. Sue Bear Wolves 16 is there. Virgo Wraith is there. And in the room at 8:13 is Welsh News Network chatting on live chat. Welsh News Network, microphone not muted. Virgo Wraith, microphone not muted. Sue Bear Wolves 16, microphone not muted. Shuggy, microphone not muted. Pope Phil, microphone not muted. Pollen Tigress, microphone muted. Mrs. Tom, microphone muted. Lisa Alcazar, microphone unmuted. Kelly Fitzpatrick, microphone unmuted. I Love Balaclava, microphone unmuted. Hank, microphone unmuted. Core, microphone muted. Chorky Mum, microphone muted. Kari T, microphone music. Blecka, A.K.A. Dan's sexy biatch. You are a fucking dog, Becca, that's for sure. Microphone unmuted. John Paul McKenna, microphone muted. So all the main players at Welsh News Network are right in there at the Scramble Fest trying to figure out how to handle Miss Mandy's comments. In the chat at that same time, 8 new messages, 8:18 p.m. Sue Me says Demon should have known better. No excuse. He could have asked. Oh, Demon needs Dan's permission? Why, Sue Me? Why? In response to Demon should have asked, Lisa Alcazar says, agree. He sure as hell shouldn't be talking to shiz. Oh, another one of you motherfuckers who thinks you can tell people who they can and can't talk to. He shouldn't be talking to shiz. I had hoped he would know better after the incident with Gia. Ooh. Maybe Demon doesn't want Gia's fucking rat-holed ass money. Oh, stinky fucking shit. Sue Bear Wolves then says, hey, haven't any been hospital? He haven't any been. She really is a dumb motherfucker. This is what she wrote. He haven't any been hospital for 28 days or more. Dan is so in a panic. He's quoting Irish law. Under Irish law, to record calls, you must obtain consent. So Ireland joins the UK and 13 US states as an all parties consent jurisdiction. Irish law makes clear that the purpose of the recording should be explained in detail so the parties participating can give informed consent. 10 October 2023. Dan, when you release the Colin Campbell made Conversations of Chile, Colin Campbell being in Maryland, a two-party state, which is referenced here in your own legal quote as one of the 13 U.S. states as an all-parties consent jurisdiction. Never stopped you from releasing shit about Chile. That Colin wiretapped, you dumb motherfucker. You're an idiot, Dan. You do the same shit you point out that other people do, thus convicting yourself in the fucking process. Virgo Ray says, this whole thing is a mess and disappointing. Good question, Sue Bear. Virgo Wraith in parentheses says she's going to go back to sucking her thumb. The next panel states, Sue Bear Wolves 16. But why? And then Virgo Ray says, the whole thing is a mess and disappointing. But why is a good question, Sue Bear. And then Sue Me says, exactly, Sue Bear. And all the hens are squawking. Squawk, buck, 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 Demon, buck, buck, Dan, buck, buck. Fucking henhouse dumb fucks. I'm so sick of Shiz's bullshit. She tried to DM at one point. I never responded. I just blocked her. That's all Shiz's fault. It's Shiz's fault that Dan didn't pay Limey. It's Shiz's fault. It's Shiz's fault that Demon played a conversation between him and Miss Mandy. It's all Shiz's fault. God damn it. Don't you know I set all this up? Blame coded. Please, blame coded. I'm sick of shiz getting the fucking blame for my shit. I'm as sick as shiz getting the blame for my shit as Dearman is sick of seeing me get the blame for his shit. Don't worry, we're going to celebrate you at the end of the broadcast, Dearman. Nemo813 says, from what I've heard of the phone call, Miss Mandy threw Dan under the bus. Oh, fuck yeah, she did. Sue Me says, Miss Mandy is far from innocent in any of this. Exactly. That's the point. Pointing out that you fucks will carve each other's hearts out and eat them right in front of each other. Lisa Alcazar says, seems to be a pattern with Mandy. At the first sign of trouble, she throws everyone under the bus. Look what she did to Reaper. It's great when you guys are corroborating the shit that months ago you were saying was bullshit and never happened. Thank you, Lisa Alcazar. Sue Bear Wolves 16 says, then why didn't he hire Limey if he was so chummy? He did hire fucking Limey, you dumb motherfucker. Oh, you're talking about Demon. How do you know he didn't do work for Demon? Good God. The next slide says, Nemo813 says she was saying Dan owes her money. Dan owes Limey money. Dan owes Blue Bear money. She also said she was afraid of Dan. If I was a woman, I'd be afraid of Dan too. He's a proud pervert and he doesn't mind throwing a punch. Lisa Alcazar says Irish Demon has been doing a lot of stupid shit lately. He very intelligently and adeptly exposed Miss Mandy and Dan in one stroke of the sword. Chorky Mum says if Adam was on ESA, they're doing checks at the moment. Yeah, you're probably the one that made the fucking call, you bitch ass fuck. Nemo813 responding to Lisa Alcazar says, to me, seems Irish is doing this to salvage his credibility. No, it's exposing that Dan drove Limey to a point where Limey can, attempted to off himself. How does that help Irish Demon's credibility? What the fuck is wrong with you, Nemo? Quit sniffing glue, you dumb fuck. Lisa Alcazar says hanging out with shiz is the worst way to go about it. Lisa, you're hanging out with fucking Dan and Blecka. Oh, fuck, man. Mrs. Tom says, hey, I'm figuring this out. Well, let us know when your fucking brain stops smoking. Virgo Wraith says, I had a coworker who had been clean for 5 years. We had no clue he had a drug problem. He had a big mistake that... Oh, the message got cut off. Mrs. Tom says, it's getting more and more personal. Did the doxing start before or after dragging kids in? Well, ask Jim Finch. He doxed Chili's address and his name on his Raggedy Rag newspaper. It's the Welsh News Network that's doing the fucking doxing. No one gave out any personal information of Dan's, not on the air, so he couldn't have been doxed. But Jimbo Felch doxed Chili's last living arrangement. You don't have a problem with that. Oh, that's right. If you do it to Chili, it's okay. But if the shit you do to Chili gets done to any of you, you're all fucking squabble, squabble, squawk, squawk. Get the hens together. Bring your knitting tools. We're going to be here for a while. Fucking dopes. Virgo Ray says, I'm not against ID's GoFundMe. If people want to support Limey, do it. That is okay. Just be truthful about what you are asking for. How is Demon not truthful about it? All you guys got to fucking sling slurs around just because your boy Dan got caught with his dick in another man's ass again. Uh-oh. Sue Bear Wolf says, I think before Mrs. Tom. Lisa Alcazar says, before, I think. Virgo Wraith says, hell, I've been actively encouraging folks not to brigade on anything, even about Chile, which means the fucking brigading's going on at the Welsh News Network side chat, Discord, you have to encourage people not to do it because it's so fucking prevalent all around you. Thanks for the unintentional confirmation, Virgo dipshit. Lisa Alcazar says, I normally don't, but his last few videos. So there's Lisa Alcazar doing the fucking snitchery snitch shit. Did you snitch Dan out? Have you snitched Dan out yet? Dan, in a drunken stupor, told Bleka's 19-year-old son he should get drunk more often. Did you snitch Dan out for endangering a minor? Did you snitch Dan out for encouraging people to join Chili's live chat and porn bomb them? No. You look past the shit that you guys do, and then you just point fingers. Well, they're worse people than we are, so we can do it to them, but they can't do it to us. It's fucking dumbasses. Sue Me says, absolutely, at Virgo Wraith. You are very fair. See, they accuse others and they excuse their own. Accuse, excuse. Accuse, excuse. Fucking dumbass people. Virgo Ray says, Lisa, you personally choosing to report what you find offensive is a personal choice. I have no part in weighing in on that. Well, you're not doing anything to fucking discourage it either, you dumb fuck. You know, when you don't say something. Core says, I have some info about the GoFundMe Limey had up and took down. What's your intel? That it was put up and then it was took down? The rest of it ain't intel. It's fucking gossip, you wormy little fuck. Virgo Ray says, but I won't support, and not saying that I have seen folks organizing to go group reporting things. Yeah, you fucking have. You do it. Nemo813 says, this just confirms I made the right decision to end almost all my YouTube subscriptions. I unsubscribed from everyone except WNN and JL Warren's 2 channels. Well, you should have uninformed tattooed on your fucking forehead. Mrs. Tom wants to know how fast would report to disability happen. Ask Jimbo Felch. He could definitely answer that fucking question. Virgo Ray says, JL has some fun stuff. And Miss Mandy says, at here in her own Discord, my personal email is missmandy777@hotmail.com. If you have any personal questions about what happened, then email me. I will send you a screenshot of my PayPal as well. All right. Anybody want to get that information? Feel free to missmandy777@hotmail.com. You can thank me later for assisting you in disseminating your email address so people who want to know can know. Dermot Costello says, Miss Man, all the proof is in Shiz's Discord with receipts. Yeah, so fuck you. Dan's 47 calls were from Bleka asking about the hidden funds. Dan has a wooden boat. Mrs. Man de Grifter says, there's a lot going on Discord, I can see. Mechanics Esquire KC says, is that why the police got 47 calls? All units. Dan and Shuggy are snagging at the Porkies again. Yes, Shiz, thank you. The GoFundMe goes to Limey's mom. Limey's mom is listed on it, for fuck's sake. Kelly W says at Rebel, I bet they have spent all day writing their scripts for tonight. NTFG SFW, the link is posted in the side chat up at the top. You can hit that link. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. We will go live at probably 7:15ish, and we will trail behind the stream the Welsh News Network stream a little bit, and we will snipe the motherfuckers. That was quite the tongue twister. I'm gonna jump out now so I can get a little food in my belly, be ready to go. I do have to work tonight, so I'll have a limited amount of time. Diarmid Costello, motherfucker, finally got called out for his fucking reindeer games. Dan is fucking pissed, aggravated, angry, and terrified. Terrified. Dan's so scared, he had to announce that Diarmid Costello is out to get him. Good luck garnering sympathy with the pillhead drunks at the Snooze Network. Diarmid Costello, welcome to the club.